Hi, I'm Dick Johnson. This is deMars Live News. 6 million worth of support packages for live performance and music industry announced. A number of new music and performance support schemes worth 6 million to aid employment in creative industries following the impact of COVID-19 have been announced by the government. The aim is to ensure that Irish musicians, engineers, PRs, media agents, labels and publishers can continue to develop and share their work in the context of COVID-19 restrictions. Minister Martin said from his high throne, "I'm pleased to announce this funding response that will assist established commercial venues and promoters to employ performers, artists, technicians, creatives and performance support staff, blah blah blah." These packages range from a few thousand to 600,000 euros. So from our understanding, a company can come in and apply for a tenth of the total of 6 million and receive it. Considering that the live events industry is worth 3.5 billion a year to the economy and employs 35,000, 6 million ain't that much. Clearly he's missed a memo, but hey, it's great publicity.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. Sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not good at leaving you alone. I want you to get mad. I want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. Get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Open them and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. You're not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil prices. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. But first,
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show, deMars Live, episode 8. Right? I don't know why I keep forgetting. They're only like a couple of days apart, but it feels weird. Maybe I lost. I feel like it's 9, but maybe it's 8. I didn't label this one, so on YouTube anyway. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm just gonna wait for a couple of people to come in. Saturday night, yes, Saturday night. Bit of local music, bit of local artists, and we've got a fun-filled, packed show. So I'll wait till everybody pops in before I get into all the details. So do say hello when you're in, just to let me know that who I'm talking to, I guess. Yeah, let me know and share the stream around. It's exclusive on YouTube. We are exclusive, guys, exclusively here on YouTube. So that's where we like to be. YouTube's treating us nicely. So happy days. It's good to be here. I put up a poll, so I don't know if it's actually coming through. It was just something to keep you guys interacting during the stream as well. So I don't know if it's popping up. I tried to mess with it earlier, and it did work before for me. So I'm going to see if I can just get that going while I wait for everybody to pop on. Yeah, it should be there, actually. If anyone's there, let me know if you can see a poll there. Coming up into the chat. I think I would see it actually myself, to be honest with you. So it's no worries if it's not gonna show up. So yeah, what are we at? It's 4 past 6. So our usual guys should be popping in a second. So yeah, we've got a great, amazing show today. Amazing show. It's Saturday night, guys. It's the weekend. What are you up to? What do you do for the weekend now that people don't go out anymore to gigs? What are you? Well, there's a few gigs floating around, right? But it's not very common. What do you guys get up to? Maybe that's something I should ask in the poll. What are sort of people up to these days instead of going out, right? Because I don't think I've stepped into a pub wittingly since February, really. I mean, I think I might have stepped into a pub, but I definitely didn't listen to any live music in a pub yet. So I'd be curious to know if people are attending any gigs, if there's any gigs going around, and if anybody's attending them. I'd love to know about them. I know there's a couple floating around. And we got Kevin Laurier in the house. Kevin, what's the story? Welcome to the stream, brother. I'm literally just starting. I'm stalling, so we're going to be a little bit delayed. I want to wait for a couple of more to come in before I start playing some tunage. So we're going to run a little bit over time. But Kevin, good to see you, man. Thanks for commenting in. You don't see a poll there by any chance, do you, in the chat? I'm trying to start a poll here. And I don't know if I have managed to fix that embedding. There's a lot of little complex things that I'm just not intelligent enough for, unfortunately. I just don't know how to make it work. It's probably really easy, but can't see a poll here. No worries, man, no worries. Well, thanks for letting me know anyway. Look, I'm gonna leave it anyway, and it's not important or anything. It's just something, like I'm saying, it's something interactive for people to use. Your subscribe to start is still under review. Yes, thanks, Kevin. Cheers, man. I only realized that they have to review it. Now, I actually did set that up. I think it was last week, and then I just made it official today. So I thought they would actually. And thanks for reminding me about this, man, because I forgot about mentioning this. They say it's still under review after a week, so there's a way to sort of speed it up. So I only realized today as well, after I did the post. I was like, oh shite, I'm leading people to it, and you know, anybody that might want to subscribe, they can't. So I'm gonna have to do the whole promotion again. So thanks for letting me know, though. I'm glad you actually clicked on it as well. And let me know if you like the way it looks, by the way, man. If it looks appealing to you as a person that, you know, views the stream as a, you know, third person perspective. If there's anything else that you think would be worth mentioning, I'd be happy to sort of fix it up a little bit as well. So your guys' input is really awesome and really really appreciated. Kevin, since you're here, man, I'm going to start our first bit of music, and it's actually from your home country, brother. It's from Canada. So as some of you may know, I've actually been, asking for in different Facebook groups to send me music, and generally they're all Irish music groups, but somebody posted a song, and they were actually based in Vancouver, I believe. BC anyway. I don't know if it's Vancouver. No, it's in BC. And I made a mistake. I was like, so, usually I'm promoting local music. So I said, look, I've already inputted it into the promotions, and I figured I probably could do like an international song, section separate to the local music as well, just to, open up to the world. So I decided to go along. So this song is by an artist called, and I believe she was in Dublin. She did travel around the world and stuff. So she's as she explains herself, her name is MADDISUN, and she's a free-spirited indie pop folk artist from Cranbrook, BC. So I never heard of that place now. Her dreamy, soulful vocals and expressive lyrics provide comfort and reassurance. There you go. MADDISUN finds an inspiration in the mountains of rural Canada and on the coast of Ireland. So, my bad. So she must have a connection here. It doesn't say much more than that. Her confidence and connection to her music shows on and off stage. So it's awesome. I did. I will message her. I commented and let her know that I'll be playing her song, and I tagged her. But it's a great tune. She actually has released a 11-song album, which is brilliant. And the song I'm going to play for you is called Mountain Air, and it's got over 50,000 plays, and she only released the album on the 14th of August, so just about a month ago. Although Mountain Air, I believe, was released as a single prior. But it's a great tune, and it mentions Ireland. It mentions Grafton Street, which is a nice little kind of Easter egg. So I'd love to chat to her and sort of learn more about her relationship with Ireland, right? So it was a nice connection to make. So there you go, Kevin. This one's for you, man.
Some strange geologic vibrations.
Alright, so that was MADDISUN and her song from her album. The song's called Mountain Air and the album's called Self Reflections. So yeah, that one's there for Kevin, our Canadian expat living here in Ireland and one of our biggest supporters here on this stream. So Kevin, that's for you, brother. She's from BC. What area is that again? She said she's from Cranbrook. So I've been to Vancouver. I was there for a year. Never heard of Cranbrook, but BC's a big enough place. Massive mountains, beautiful region, I have to say. But yeah, she has an 11-song album there. Really recommend you check that out. It's MADDISUN, and yeah, I'll have a chat with her and see what her relationship is with Ireland. She definitely says that I don't know if she travels back and forth or she has family here. So yeah, it's an interesting connection to Canada. So there we go. Dave Duggan in the house. Dave, what's the story? It looks like we've increased our viewership here, which is great, guys. So welcome to the stream. We have people coming in and out. So great to see you. We got the awesome Claire Nolan. What's the crack? Great. We got our regulars here. Happy days. We can continue our stream. So I'm going to play one more tune before we bring on... because we had only like one or two people watching earlier, I'm going to actually tell us what's going on today, guys, since we have a couple of yous now. So, once again, as always, I have to say we have an amazing stream for the next hour? 2 hours. 2 hours, I think. So we've got the awesome Sean Boyd from a band called the Wild Tibetan Monks. And Sean moved over with his band to Australia 2 years ago. And they set up shop there. And they did a bit of music. They did a bit of gigging. And they also recorded the tune over there. So it'll be really interesting to see what the music industry is like over in Australia. And obviously with the whole lockdown, COVID sitch, they decided to fly back here. I would have stayed there, lads, to be honest with you. If I was going to be locked down in one country, I'd probably prefer to be in a sunny one where you can roam around outside. But anyway, well, I'll ask him that question. Sean, if you're listening, it's LG. I'm sure you had to come back to your families and stuff. Definitely crazy times. So we've also got some great music. So we had MADDISUN there. MADDISUN, we played a tune by her. We also have Melissa Jane Carroll. We're going to play one tune by her. We're going to play Josh Johnston. Josh Johnston's we're gonna play a tune by him. We've also got 2 new video releases. BREW, of course, New Direction, which some of you guys hopefully saw at the premiere. Doesn't that sound amazing? At the premiere last night at 7:00 on BREW's page, and that was directed and produced. The video that is by none other than Dave Dugan. And there he is in the chat. And then we also have a new video released by I'm Your Dirty Sacred. Yes, very funny play on words there. And they are a Dublin-based ethnic electronic music project. We interviewed them over the lockdown in April. So we're going to have BREW on the show as well. BREW's going to pop on. We're going to talk to him about the video specifically. We're going to try. You know how hard it is to stay on topic with BREW. So I'm going to try and control... the conversation this time with them, because you guys know how much I like to just let people do their thing. But with BREW, you can't. You have to say, all right, BREW, like, put them in a box, and the box starts jumping around and going different places. Spielberg has nothing on me. Dave Duggan, too right, brother, too right. You just reach for the stars, as they say. So that's our show. Oh yeah, and our fucking main event, guys. Jesus Christ. We've also got CJ from Brayside Boyz, which we've also interviewed before. Brayside Boyz, of course, played the Transmission Festival as well. An awesome rap duo from Bray, of course. And special place in my heart. I really like the guy. I love their music. They're just an awesome bunch of dudes. And so he did a post yesterday saying that if I reach 100 comments and 2 shares, I'll let my kids egg me. So obviously, guys, you see an opportunity like that, you're going to take advantage of it, right? So obviously the comments ensued. I shared it on my page and then told them, listen, come on to the live stream. We'll do a main event where we'll film your kids egging you. So that's all I know. I don't know anything else other than he said yes. And because he has to do it. It obviously reached about 150 comments or so. So that's our show. that's our show in a nutshell. I'm running a little bit delayed, Sean, so I hope that's all right with you. I do appreciate your patience. I'm going to play one more tune before we get you onto the show. And look, it's a Saturday night. It's chillax. Do you have anywhere else to go? I don't think so, guys. So chill out with me, and I'm going to show you some good music, and we're going to have some lovely conversations. And also, we're going to have a little bit at the end as well, of course, guys, for your No Shame plug game. So you guys can come on and sort of plug yourselves or plug anything that's coming up. And I'm supposed to set up a poll or a thing. A thing to get Dave to come onto the show, right? A petition, right? One of those things. So maybe we can do that later on as well for the crack and see if Dave comes onto the show. That would be interesting. Right, so this next piece of music is by we'll play do you know what we'll play Melissa Jane Carroll's tune. Cheers, Sean. Thanks for understanding. Appreciate it, brother. I'm going to play this tune and then get you on. Melissa Jane Carroll is a singer-songwriter based in Meath, Dublin area. She made her first debut single in 2017 called Smiles I Fake, which became the theme song of the short film If Only. Awesome. She was also the writer and performer of Don't Forget Me, which was used for a campaign to raise funds for the Irish Cancer Society in 2018. She further released Another Way, Lose Control, and In the Shadows, which continue to receive airplay in Ireland, the UK, and Australia. So, Melissa Jane Carroll, yes. And what are we going to play today for you? We are going to play... Which song did we go for ahead? We're going to play her most recent tune, which is called I Do. So, yeah, it looks like a marriage proposal situation here. So, yeah, here you go.
Everything that fell through was only making room for you. Everything I thought I changed the day that I met you. You took my mind and turned around. You took my hand and claimed me found. You took my feet right off the ground and gave yourself to me. And I know when God made you, He made one of a kind. I know when He made me, He held you in His mind. From the first date I have been falling in love with your beautiful soul. You made my homeless heart forget wandering, 'cause anywhere with you feels like home. I feel I can take on anything with you. The best thing that I've said is I do. I love your passion and your fight, the way you think you're always right, the way you hold my hand in bed and lay a kiss upon my head. Through pillow talk and tears we've cried, neither of us tried to hide our vulnerable and softer side. Our love is purified. From the first date I have been falling in love with your beautiful soul. You made my homeless heart forget wandering, 'cause anywhere with you feels like home. I feel I can take on anything with you. The best thing that I've said is I do. I let them see a dream that lives inside of us. There's an angel in heaven that will be guiding us. And I know heaven heard my plea. In the shape of you, God has answered me. From the first date I have been falling in love with your beautiful soul. You made my homeless heart forget wandering,
All right, so that was Melissa Jane Carroll with I Do. Her most recent track, which also became a radio edit on the 21st of August. Lindsay, I'm so sorry to hear about your migraine. Thanks so much for tuning in. All the same, hope you feel better. I hope this stream makes you feel better. So just pop a Nurofen as well, just to be sure. But we're going to send you good vibes. See how that works as well. We're going to throw you some good stuff. Lindsay, I've got a song for you as well, by the way. I think you're going to love it. It's a new artist that's come this way. But I can't play it now because we're going to have our first guest. His name is JOHNSTON. And he's an Irish pianist, singer, songwriter, and a lot of his stuff on Spotify is actually jazz and classical pieces. So I think you're going to really enjoy this track. I'm going to play it after our first chat. By the way, guys, I keep forgetting stuff because I'm adding loads of good shite to the show. We have our pick for the weekend, of course. How could I forget? We've got Rebecca Cappuccini, who's going to be chatting about Joshua Burnside. Yeah. So, interesting last name. So, yeah, she's just going to tell us about him. I don't know. I know nothing about him, so that's the point. She's going to tell us about him. And we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, we got the awesome Rebecca Cappuccini with us today. So, Rebecca, what's the crack? Guys, by the way, if you hadn't subbed, if you're new here, slap that sub button and slap that bell button so you get notified. But give us a sub first and then decide if you want to hit the bell after watching the stream a little bit. But your support will be deadly. Slap a like as well. It helps the stream, helps the video go out further. More people get to see this and more people get to support local music as well. So this will be amazing help, guys. So thank you for doing that. What else? Okay, I think that's it, right? Let's bring on our first guest. So I talked to you a little bit about Sean Boyd. He is a member of a band called the Wild Tibetan Monks, who are a Dublin-based rock band who moved to Perth in 2018. So they lived there for 2 years. They moved back due to the COVID lockdown. They recorded their debut single over there, played numerous different venues. It's going to be awesome to see what music scene is like in Australia, and obviously lived a different musical life from Dublin. So it's really exciting to actually have him on. So let's do it. I probably forgot something else here, but look, guys, you remind me. You know me now at this stage, so remind me if I forgot anything. And or Dave, remind me if I forget to play Future Fears again, because I don't want to keep making that same mistake. It's shocking at this stage, absolutely shocking. So our first guest, Sean Boyd. Let's see where he is. All right, guys. Let's see. Do we have him on this thing? Here we go. Round of applause. Here we go.
Probably forgot something else here, but look, guys, you remind me. You know me now.
All right, guys. Chill out with the round of applause. Come on, guys. Hi, Sean. What's the story, man?
Oh, it's good. How are you? I'm
doing great. Do you have a volume? Are you on your laptop? Are you? Or are you?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Not too bad. You could go up a little bit just for the post stream. It's just a bit easier to if your volume's a little bit louder. But no problem. If not, I can hear you anyway. It's all good.
Yeah.
No problem if you can. How are you keeping, man? How are you doing?
Well, hold on. I'll just input volume.
Yeah, slap that up a little bit.
Okay, I think that's as far as it goes.
Yeah,
okay,
that's fine.
I'll speak loud.
Do you know what? No, actually don't. Do you know what? I realised it's my main volume on my computer I have to turn up, so it's my fault.
Yeah, fair enough.
Look at this.
Good, yeah.
I'm the bleeding host here. I'm fecking messing up the sound here on myself. Listen, great to see you, man. Last time I saw you was check-in of 2000 and what are we talking? 16, 15, 14. You might recognise me actually because of the hat. I'm wearing the hat all the time.
Yeah. We still have the poster from check-in. It was a Freak Out Friday. And we still have the poster with their name on it. We were like shocked.
Amazing.
And then there was another gig we did in Shinay.
Did you do the Crystal Skull sessions with us?
Yeah, we did. I think we did the first one. And then obviously we left to Australia. So
amazing. Yeah, that's crazy. I never knew that. For some reason, I just never knew yous left. I hadn't heard from yous. And I figured, I was like, okay, they might have disbanded or finished up or whatever. Because I remember I really enjoyed your music at the time. And also the name as well is fantastic. Wild Tibetan Monks. So you are the lead singer, right? You're the lead singer. Do you just sing or are you playing guitar as well?
So originally, do you remember when we were playing the old gigs? There were 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be bass and singer. And then when we went over, because there's 3 original guys in the band.
3 core members, right?
And then we went to Australia, we got another guy in who played bass, so I switched to guitar. And started realizing like a lot of the stuff I played on bass was probably meant to be played on guitar. You know, we're not that kind of good at music theory or anything, but it all sort of sounded a bit better when I was playing on guitar. But yeah, that's my role in the band anyway.
That's interesting. You don't hear of many bassists moving to guitars. Well, yeah, I haven't really. I hear more guitarists filling a bass role more so.
I don't think I ever really learned bass. I kind of learned guitar for a few years and then.
Oh, I see. So So then when you needed a bassist for the band, I guess, right? Yeah. So you had to. Oh, so it is normal situation then.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Well, that's very. What's the word? Like, you know, you take a position that you don't really want to take for the good of the team. I can't remember the word for that. Honourable, I suppose. Yeah. Thing to do. But there we go. My poll's just started, guys. There you go. You can vote there. By the way, I'm with Sean Boyd here from the Wild Tibetan Monks. And there's Viking Promotions in the chat. So yeah, I really want to know what made you move to Australia. Tell us a little bit about what was going through your heads.
Oh, well, like we'd always planned, kind of after college, we'd always planned to go to Australia. Like all of our mates were going as well, and we'd always kind of planned. We went to, do you know where Perth is in Australia? It's like,
not really. I should know, but I don't. I've seen the map so many times.
Yeah, it's like the most far west part, and it's like the most isolated city on the face of the world. But
wow.
Yeah, we'd always planned to go for like 2 years and then come back. Because like all our mates were there as well. So, and then as well when we went, like all 3 of us lived together. So like it was way easier to practice. You just had all the band equipment in one room. It was way easier. But yeah, so we were always like, we're always going to go and we're always going to come back as well, you know.
It's great that the 3 of you kind of were able to stay, you know, together, and you've obviously built a good relationship through the band. Like, were you friends before you joined the band or before you got the band together?
Well, that's kind of because I used to play in a band when I was like in secondary school, and I remember as soon as we all left, there were like 8 people in the band or something. Everyone went to did their different ways, and you could never get everyone in to practice at the same time. So as soon as I started college, I just found 2 other people that I'd know would have the exact same schedule as me, and I said like, it's so much easier to like organize practice with 3 people rather than anyone else. But yeah, we've kind of, I think we'd met. No, the first time I actually met either of them was asking, did they play any instrument? And
right.
Did they want to be in a band?
That's how you find your mates, is it? You just go like, here, are you a musician? Like, what instrument do you play? Oh, I like him. He plays the violin though. No, not so much. Like.
Yeah, Liam was, our drummer was running late for a class, and that's the only reason I bumped into him.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, do you play an instrument, by the way? And he's like, oh yeah, I know this guy that plays guitar too. And then from there, it's been like, I don't know, nearly 8 years or something.
Jeez, that's amazing, man. That's fantastic. I love those kind of stories, like, because, you know, it is actually hard to find, you know, a kind of a band of brothers, you know. That sounds kind of cheesy, but it's the truth. Like, you're spending the most time with them, and you know, you obviously, you know, have your ups and downs. Like, as in, like, you're not always going to get along. You're going to be kind of like brothers, you know. You sometimes get into little scraps or have a bit of crack or have a bit of too much crack, and you end up drinking and just slapping each other's faces and stuff. Like, you know, it's kind of a weird relationship, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. Yeah. The one thing we found though is when you've 3. Because like it's the same song developing, it's real nice. Is anytime when we went to Australia, we got like between 3 and 4 new members coming in and out of the band. It's way easier to get someone else to join if you already have 3 people that know how the song.
Absolutely.
Adding something on top. I actually it was funny. We had one guy that this guy called Rob, who we didn't know before. And again, it was a bit like one of those situations where he just put up in our big Irish WhatsApp group, does anyone have a spare room? And I just went, oh yeah, we do. So one of our roommates moved out. So none of us knew him, and he moved in, and we kind of saw he had a guitar with him, and every now and then you'd hear him strumming a few chords. And I was like, it's probably okay. And then I dislocated my thumb, so I couldn't play guitar anymore while I was in the cast. And then one of the guys, Liam, was like, oh, well, we asked Rob, does he want to just play a bit in the background, just strum chords? And my expectations were so low for this guy. Like, I thought, like, if he can learn a song, I'll be over the moon. And he, like, the first practice he gets, he knows the whole song, like our whole song. Second practice, he starts putting in all these fills that are actually better than the ones that are in the song originally.
Amazing.
And then the third practice, he starts doing all these backing vocals. And you're like, shit, he's like a better singer than me as well. Like, what the fuck? And then, and then like, so he just played all these gigs. He's like amazing, like one of the best musicians I've ever met. And then by the time my thumb healed, he was moving back to Ireland. And you know, when you're kind of like, is this guy real? Like, or is it a figment of my imagination? Like,
yeah. Sounds like a guardian angel moment or something. He came in at the right time and then left at the right time, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. Like.
Yeah, that's amazing. And what's do you feel like you've, like, in the 2 years, there's so many questions obviously I'm going to ask you here, because it's just interesting to hear somebody that experienced the music scene here, went off and then came back, but obviously under normal circumstances I assume your band would still be functioning if we, you know, whatever. But anyway, what's the music scene like over there?
Yeah, one of those things we found, it was way easier to get gigs over there, we found, and it was more like I always thought, like your promotion when you guys had a song, I always thought that was really good because that was easy enough to get gigs. You guys would bring us in, and like it wasn't like too much hassle. But I remember, like, apart from your promotion, like there were other promotions, but in general it seemed like in the middle of the city there wasn't as big of a scene. Because if you think about it, like when you go out in the middle of town, there's not all these bars doing like open mic nights and stuff and things like that all the time. Like there's a lot of trad music and a lot of covers. That's kind of what people, I suppose, if people are out and tourists are out, that's what they want to hear. Like, I suppose, being honest. But then in Perth, it was weird. It was like you'd get on to a promotion and they'd be like, but there's this place we were going to launch our single called The Sewing Rooms. And they were like, oh yeah, totally, come in. We have like recording equipment there and stuff. And it's like, it's just this venue that just has a name for music. They let any band play and people are going to come in and buy drinks no matter what. And it was weird. It was like, from just the drink sales alone, they were like able to pay you as well. And it just seemed like, I don't remember there being, like, maybe now since I've come back after COVID, there'd be a few places like that. But yeah, it just seems like there's a bit more of a scene for it there.
And you were playing original, obviously, music.
Yeah,
in the sewing room.
Covers as well.
Yeah. So how long of a set would you play? And like, for example, in venues there, like, if they give you the whole night or whatever, they just say, here, just.
Oh yeah, there was. Well, we always played like up to an hour max because we don't have any more material. But
that'll happen, yeah.
Yeah, but there was one place. Offered. They were like, oh, will you come and just do the whole night for 3 hours? And you're just like, Jesus, I don't think. Like when we were back in Ireland, we played two cover gigs at like Trinity Med Bowl and like some charity bowl, and you had to play for 2 hours, and that was like 2 hours of covers. We're not really that talented, you know, like it's kind of a lot to take on, so we never end up playing that. But yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting. How much would they pay you for a gig? Like, what's normal kind of wage over there?
Oh, I think it was something like, it was only like $100, which is like €66 between all of us. I think it's based on how many people come in and stuff. But but it's just that idea that, like, I suppose it's a big enough venue that people just go to. And I realize myself, it's like, I don't know if here, like, I can imagine there's smaller venues that happens, but I can't see as many. Like, there's like 100 to 200 people that are just showing up there and they don't even know the band. Actually, sorry, as well, part of what I could be getting wrong here is that a load of the Irish people that we'd come over with actually did know the band. So they always showed up at the gigs. So in hindsight now, maybe that's the difference.
Yeah, I think you got duped a little bit. I mean, you could have definitely gotten more out of the bar. Because, I mean, if you're an Irish, you're like a, what do you call it, like a token kind of group. I don't say token, but you are a drinking group, first of all, plus a very, very similar to like Australia. Like, you get along with Australians, I would say, like very similar kind of outgoing nightlife style, right? So if you're bringing in Irish people into the bar who like to drink, like, they're gonna love that. And I did read a little bit about, obviously, yourselves, and I read that article as well as written. You obviously had regulars, you know, Irish people that were sort of like, oh, it's an Irish band in Australia, deadly, I'm gonna go see that. I would. Do you know what I mean? If I was living even fucking, you know, a bit further out, I'd probably be like, yeah, I gotta check it out, because it's not
maybe it's not that common, you know. So you had almost like you had a selling point, which is interesting. That's why I was kind of thinking.
That was
maybe
last year we did. They asked us specifically to do St. Patrick's Day in that bar because they knew a load of people would come. And then and it was funny though because they were like, "Oh, do you know any other Irish bands?" And we were like, "Nah." Like,
we're the only ones. And how did you? I hope you charged them a little bit. Did you?
I can't remember. I don't think it was that much.
Yous need a manager. I'm telling you, lads. Fuck's sake. And do you know what? Like, because you got a few things right now. It's fascinating. But you know, what is music your priority? Like, as in, did you work over there? Obviously, you did something else, right? What were you do? What have you been studying and what you've been up to? Sort of, is it connected to Australia? What work you got over there, etc.?
Oh, work. No, it wasn't connected. It was the same thing I was doing over here. Like, same with the other lads as well. Yeah, so it was not like, but music, I remember when I was 18 thinking, oh, it'd be really cool to do music as a full like career. And then I think over time I'm kind of happy with it as not having to earn money from it. Because we realize now, like after doing all the recording and stuff, I mean, we could just about write an album now. And you're kind of like, if we had to write an album every 2 years, I don't know if we'd be that good at that, you know. It'd be it'd be a bit hard, you know, for like,
and even making money as an original artist is very difficult, you know. It's like I was primarily focusing in on tribute and cover acts, you know, and that's kind of where the bread and butter can come from. But then you fuel the alter ego of the project, which would be the originals, let's say. And that's why I was kind of curious about sort of how long sets and stuff like that. But then if you guys are only doing an hour, then you obviously had other work as well to keep you going. Obviously it wasn't a full-time commitment, but there are many like open mic nights here, huge amount in the underground in the underground music scene. Like the music scene here, the independent music scene here, Sean, is like it's flourishing. It's massive. Well, right? Like, we're talking about the past. We're talking about the old ways. But what's happened is it's in a bubble. It's very constricted, and you only know it's there once you sort of get connected in. So it's a shame because, like, I understand you weren't too aware of it and stuff like that. So you were kind of on the outskirts of it, which is a shame because that it's a real good thing to realize for me, even, and anybody watching as well, that there are great bands like yourselves that mightn't be aware of this kind of music community. And when you met me back in Check-In, or even at the start of Sinead stuff, I wasn't too aware of the massive musical community, and I think it's been helped by the music schools and stuff that have opened, you know. So it's different now, man. It's definitely evolved anyway, for sure. Or maybe I've been more introduced to it. So we'll definitely have to get you acquainted once things open up, you know.
I think it's that question that I always ask myself, is that, like, if someone that wasn't from here asked me, oh, where would you go to listen to live music? You know, I would, like you're saying, like, I don't know that many places. Like, you know, it's one of those things, I think, if you look at it from like a tourist coming over, if there was some way of, I don't know, advertising it more, if there was some way that, like, it was just more visible, that you could just go to these different open mic nights and stuff. That's one of the things I always find going to open mic nights and different things like that, is that you do end up finding, like, there is a certain amount that, you know, might sound you don't really like or whatever, but then there is a certain amount of artists that you're like, oh, actually they're really good, and you end up like listening to them on Spotify or whatever. And you know, a few of the people we played with in Australia, you're like, oh, that guy's actually really good. And you know, there's a few bands that are kind of good like that. I don't know.
It was primarily Australian. Like, is there did you meet more Australians with regard to musicians and stuff like that, or what's kind of the music community there like, or was it just kind of yourselves?
There's a lot of, it was mainly all the other bands we played with would have been Australian. But Australia as well is very kind of multicultural as well. So like, so there was a certain amount of rap, certain amount of rock, certain amount of everything. So you got a little bit of everything really, which was good. But generally Australians in the music scene that we found. No, it's fascinating. And where you guys? So when did you guys come back? Was it in March? Was it at the start of the lockdown or? Yeah, it was March. So it was sad. We were actually gonna release that first single. I don't know if you saw it on YouTube.
It's great. We're gonna play it very shortly. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But we were gonna release that. We just recorded that like a few months ago, and we're gonna release that. And it was real sad. It was this venue called the Sewing Rooms, and so the restrictions were already cutting down to like only 50 in a venue and stuff. And so they're trying to organize this, and then and then suddenly the lockdown happens and everything gets cancelled. And we originally were like, after that, we were just going to go traveling. So the end of our job, like it was going to be the end of our jobs, and we're going to go traveling for 3 months around Australia and New Zealand. And then this happened, and we jobs lined up for July here. So then Qantas decided or announced that they're not flying the next week. And then so everyone kind of panicked and like didn't know when they'd get flights. They all booked Emirates, and then Emirates suddenly cancelled all the flights. And then it got to the point where, I don't know if you, in that article, it shows, there's another article in the Journal or something where
the embassy,
Irish embassy, organised a flight for us from Perth to London.
170 citizens were transported from Australia. They sorted you out for free.
No, it wasn't for free. No, everyone had to pay.
That was all right. It's kind of generous, I suppose.
Yeah,
anyway,
maybe
they gave you a discount, did they?
No, not at all.
Why did you just come back? Why wouldn't you stay there? It's lovely weather over there.
Yeah, so we were thinking that now.
Chill on the beach.
Yeah, it would have been. We used to live like on the beach, and you're here now, and you're like, did I make the right decision?
It's so spread out that like you could totally social distance the whole fucking country, couldn't you? Because it's, I mean, the mid parts are a bit barren, granted, but
yeah. But if you, where we were in Perth, which is Western Australia, they still have their borders locked. It's like Western Australia is like, it's like maybe half the size of Europe on its own. Like,
Jesus.
It's absolutely massive. And
never
like,
thought of the size of that. Yeah,
huge. Like Australia on its own is bigger than Europe, and like it's one of those things where they barely got touched with coronavirus. Like it was barely anything. And so like you look back, and then now people are still kind of able to fly if they need to. But at the time, it was one of those things, we were always coming back in July anyway.
It was planned, right?
Our holiday was kind of gone, but that was it, really. You know?
I suppose your family as well, of course. I mean, that's what I was saying before.
Yeah,
like, obviously, we'll throw that in, right? Yeah, just to make you seem like you're a family guy, you know. Legend. So, your song, your recent, that's your debut release, Liam, right? Is the song called?
Technically, yeah. So we'd recorded years ago, and to be fair, the guy we recorded with, I think he was just starting up, and he literally charged us €200 to record 3 songs and come back as many days as we wanted. Like, it was ridiculous.
That's way too good to be true. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, but like, he did a good job. But I think as well, part of it was we didn't really know what we wanted to record and how we wanted.
I get
to
you.
sing.
Yeah,
and we were like, then any idea, because we were a 3-piece, any idea of using an instrument that we didn't play live, we were we were like, oh, can you do that? And we're a bit iffy on it. But so
it's good to have that experience, though.
Yeah, we're kind of off recording for a while, and then so we have other songs on YouTube, and we've recorded stuff on our like by ourselves in our room. There's a song called Screw, which is on YouTube as well. But in terms of actually first proper professional and mastered recording, it was we did 2 songs in Perth in this place called Rada Studios.
Could you say that again? Sorry, you lagged a little. Could you say that again?
Oh yeah. So it was mad because you go in, it's a little bit more expensive, but like the guy, his name's Matt Geo, he just did such a good job. Like, even if you don't like the songs, it's like the quality and what we wanted them to sound like. He just like got
the tune's awesome. What was the location? What was the name of the studio again?
Rada.
Okay, just to give them a shout, like. But yeah, that's awesome. Like, that tune is great. Is that the only one you've released? I didn't see a second one yet. So.
Yeah. So we've released that with that music video that I made on my laptop, and then we've another one called Cartoons that we recorded and mastered there. And I'm in the middle of like organizing, trying to work out a music video for that. We're thinking of something like animation, but it's kind of very hard to do. And then but we might that might be October when we release that.
Well, you know, one of our viewers, Dave Duggan, he's into like doing lyric videos and also animate. He knows people in the sort of animation sector, so he did a couple of videos and stuff like that. So maybe Dave, you want to just touch base with Sean, if you want, even it just like a just a consultation, no pressure, obviously. But also Fiverr, of course. You know, Fiverr has, I don't know if you know that site. You know, a lot of people like use that, and it's FIVER, obviously just the way you spell Fiverr. And Dave says no, feck off. Dave's just he's just messing. So like it's a great site as well for just anything, absolutely anything. But you have sometimes you pay more the more advanced the person is. So you can find a massive price range, but the more you pay, then obviously the better, you're more guaranteed to get something that you like. Plus they do reviewed, so you can actually just go, no, actually, can we go this direction instead, blah blah blah. They're very good, highly recommend. But Dave changed his mind. He actually said, yeah, hit me up, brother. So all's G. So no, that's amazing, man. It's awesome, like just to hear a little bit about your travels, the way you did something like that. Was it straight after college you did it, was it? Or did you?
Yeah, about a year after college.
Yeah, it's something you do kind of pretty soon after college. I went the other way. I went Vancouver direction for a year myself. So I went into a little colder region. It's nice in the summer, but the mountains, actually, the city's actually just pretty wet during the winter. It's not too bad. But the music life was okay, like, you know, higher kind of standard. Like, you know, everybody had really good equipment. Everybody talked about equipment more, so it's like, what kind of rig you got there? It's terrible accent, by the way. But and I was just like, I have nothing. I've got drumsticks with me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to spend, you know, blah blah blah. But there's a lot of money there, you know. So
we had that issue anytime coming into especially recording studios, or anytime anyone asks us actually about music. This might sound real bad, but we don't really have too much of a clue. Like especially when you go in, and anytime you go into a recording studio, they're like, oh yeah, do you want to use your guitar or ours? And I'm like, I can't really even remember the name of my guitar. I mean, that whatever guitar you think is good, yeah, we'll do that. And like whatever drums you think is good, and like we're not really too clued in on all that stuff. And you know, so
that's a good thing, man. There's no wrong or right, you know, the way to do music. You know, you just have your own kind of chill style about it. I can see by the video that you obviously have a nice. You make people want to be part of your crew, and I think that's an amazingly important. Do you know what I mean when I'm saying that? Because I think that's a huge thing. You know, it's like when they see something like that on stage, someone like yourselves on stage, people are like, those guys look like they're having fun. I wanna hang around and have a few drinks with them. Is that kind of what you're getting? Do you think?
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's probably the most positive comment we've got for the video.
You can write that down and keep that as a review if you want. Not that my opinion holds any weight at all in the industry, but anyway, maybe in the future it will. But no, I mean it. Like, I've been having conversations with people about this. Like, you know, what makes a person, you know, we're talking about original music here. You know, we're not talking about covers, because covers, you know, you're replicating somebody else and stuff. It's all well and it's all grand. There's nothing against that. I do it. But original music, it's a different thing. You're kind of creating community, you're creating a cult following, you're creating a crew, like a motley crew. You're creating, like, that's what it was. Like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Dirt, but it's like that. It's like people wanted to go to the after party with the band. That's why they all hung around, you know what I mean? That's why they enjoyed the music, they loved the vibe on stage, and they wanted to chill out, which is afterwards and party. So I'm getting that vibe off you anyway.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah. There you go. I said it again. Just to solidify it. Excellent, Sean. Listen, thanks so much for coming on and having a chat and just touching base, man. Like, listen, like, stay in touch anyway. If you need any advice or anything like that, or anything, like, just stay in touch with myself, man. I'm happy out to just, like, you know, point you in the right direction for gigs or anything you want here, man. I'd be happy to genuinely just give you a dig out or just point you in the right people or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
What's the best place people can find you? Try and find.
Yeah, we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I think we have a Twitter account as well.
Brilliant.
That's not too active, but yeah. So on all those platforms.
Great.
Monks, so.
And are you back working, or how are you fixed? Like.
Yeah, we're all back working.
The monks are all working.
That's one of the sides that's kind of hard. Is me and Liam are in Dublin, and then Ringo is down in Cork.
Now Ringo's the guitarist, right?
Yeah. Ironically, yeah.
Ironically, yeah.
That kind of makes it, for the future, we're kind of wondering. It's fine now because to record, you just meet up for a weekend, do it, and then, like, there's no, like, real options for gigs for us at the moment. Anyway, we don't have anything planned, so it's not too big a deal. But yeah, the other guys that had been in the band that recorded those 2 tracks with us are still in Australia. So
okay.
kind of find like we're able to, in terms of recording, like we're able to kind of play their instruments anyway, so we can get around it recording, because you do everything separately. But for gigging, you're kind of like, I don't know, maybe do we need to, like, I don't know how we're going to do it really.
Just hire like kind of temporary session-esque musicians, and when you go over back to Australia, you have them again.
Yeah, or hopefully that guy Rob just happens to move back in with us.
That's
exactly
hoping too much, man.
Time, like.
It's not going to happen twice in a row, is it? I mean, maybe you're lucky. How did you come up with the name Wild Tibetan Monks? Dave Duggan's asking.
Oh, people ask us that all the time. I think I just thought it up one day. It's actually nothing to do with Tibet or anything. It's more, I think it's kind of, because I was very into Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I think it's something to do with the amount of syllables. It has the kind of same way it comes out of your mouth, kind of. But funnily enough, so we came out with the I think this is right in the timeline. I came up with that name maybe 2011. So there's another band. Have you ever heard the Hardcore Priests of Yemen?
No. That sounds
that is
hilarious.
I like that. Sounds better than our name, and you're like, and they came out just after us, and they're more successful, and you're like, oh god,
holy shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow, the Hardcore
Priests of Yemen. Yeah, we're giving them a plug as well now.
What? Maybe you should reach out to them.
Oh yeah, do a combined gig kind of thing.
Just say like your name is deadly. But what kind of music is it? It's
I don't actually know. I think
it's funk, ska, trad in Galway City.
Yeah.
What the flip? I thought they'd be like based somewhere like in England or the States or something.
No, from Ireland, yeah.
That sounds great. Right.
We were wondering, I don't know, did we start before them or did they start before us?
Only one way to find out, man.
Weird though, because if they've started before us, like I'd never heard that name until 2 years after we'd started. So it was weird, like two people both sides of the country.
Yeah. Yeah, that is interesting. Maybe you just need to do a gig together.
Oh yeah.
The wild Tibetan monks and the hardcore priests of Yemen. It's fantastic. I'd fucking help promote that.
Yeah, exactly.
Galway based. Let's see, the page started. I've got 15 friends that like that. Now, granted, I do have all like 90% of my mates on Facebook are in the music industry, so it's not surprising. But yeah, it doesn't say. It should say somewhere when the page started. Oh, page created August 12th, 2010.
Oh no!
But
we're ahead of us.
But that's the page was created then. They could have still changed their name. They could have had a different name.
Oh.
So we don't. It's very hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no. It tells you page transparency, so it actually tells you if they change their name. The page name has not changed. Yeah. So they. Yeah. I'm really good at this shit. I'm telling you. Yeah. But I'd be a great manager, guys. Just saying. Yeah. I just don't have time now, but you know, maybe in the future. But I'll definitely give you any tips you want. I'll arrange this shit. I will get you. Honestly, I'll get these guys on the show and I'll tell them about yous. I'm honestly, I'm like this. I am like genuinely like the magnet that'll just bring stuff together. Because you mentioned it, man. I'm gonna make it happen. Is that cool with you? Can I get your blessing on that?
Yeah, I'd definitely be up for that.
Brilliant. All right. Sorry. Yeah. I know. Yeah, it sounds great. But maybe get a third one as well. Maybe you'll find another like weird kind of name, like some kind of biblical-esque or religious, you know, thing. But no, it's great. It's really fun doing this kind of stuff. Like it makes music a little bit of crack, you know, makes it a little bit more interesting and stuff like that, doing things like this. Great, Sean. Listen, I know we got distracted there. Oh yeah, I was going to ask you as well just before you go. So, when are you releasing? Are you releasing anything else? Anything else to kind of plug to the guys? Tell them about any news that's coming up, guys. By the way, before I let you do that, Sean Boyd here from the Wild Tibetan Monks. The name is there. BREW knows you. Remember BREW from Check In?
Yeah,
BREW loved yous. BREW's going to be coming onto the show in a bit as well. He released a video yesterday. Guys, give that page a like. Wild Tibetan Monks. Go onto Facebook and give that page a like. Give them some support. Give the page some love. All that good stuff. Let me just post it into the chat. Just hop over now. Just click the link. Right? Just click that link there. I posted in the chat. It's going to take you out. It's not going to take you out of this thing. Just click it, like it, then close the page. Right? Give them some support. All right. Sean, tell us what's the story. Finish off on something here for us.
Yeah. So October, hopefully, we'll be coming out with we'll release a new single called Cartoons. Hopefully with the video. Yes, that's the next big thing coming up. And then we've recorded 2 more songs at Hellfire Studios, down around close to the Hellfire Club. So they'll be coming out after that, hopefully as well. And yeah, just keep plugging away, keep trucking. Yeah.
Brilliant. Great stuff, Sean. Listen, pleasure to touch base with you. See you again. See you in good health. And hear that the band is still going strong. I wish you the best on the release. Do send me the release when it comes out, or when you are about to start sharing it and stuff. You want to give me a pre-play exclusive or something, and I can play it onto the show and just get some of those pre-saves. Are you going to release it on Spotify, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Liam on Spotify, your latest tune?
It is,
excellent. I'm going to add that to our Irish music scene playlist as well, and have a listen, because I only actually saw the music video of it, which is actually great, and it really is kind of heartwarming, because it's all the clips from since the start of the band, right? All the video clips sort of accumulated, so there's a little bit in Australia as well, and it's kind of like a journey of the monks, right? So it's really cool.
Right.
Awesome, brother.
Thank you. Thanks a
Yeah, no worries. My pleasure. Have a great weekend, brother. See you later.
You too. See you.
Their soul in a hole in their speed. Call the doctor, want some relief. Everything now and it's all pain free. Gotta kick the dark fiend. Oh. Coming down quick, coming down strong. I said it won't be a minute, now won't be too long until you eat. Bend on my face, I don't know if you do. Just what you want, just what you need. I'm wearing the same jeans, I'm wearing a red tee, dancing like a manatee. To stop, said you better stop before my eyes pop. Until you in, remember my name. I don't know if you do. Just what you want, just what you need. I'm wearing the same jeans, I'm wearing the red tee, dancing like a manatee.
That was the Wild Tibetan Monks. Ladies and gentlemen, that was their recent release called Liam. And I was speaking with the awesome Sean Boyd from the band. He is the lead singer and bassist. The guys just came back from Perth after a 2-year stint there, playing music, doing a bit of work. Really cool to have somebody like that on the show to give us a little bit of an insight to a different world of music. Really cool, Sean, and I wish you the best. Maybe we'll see a little bit more of them in the future. And of course their new single as well, called Cartoons, is out. Can you just type in the date in there? I forgot. October 21st, is it? Off the top of my head, I might have said that wrong. So Sean, correct me if I'm wrong there. And yeah, thanks so much for popping it back into the chat there. And saying your thank yous, man, much appreciated. Do give the stream a sub, guys, if you haven't already, by the way. And if you're new, slap a sub. I want to say thanks to Tara Keeley for giving us a follow, and Matt Hanafi for giving us a follow too on Facebook. So yeah, if anybody wants to share the stream as well, that'd be deadly. We've got a poll going around. when do you think we'll be back to normal for music events? You can slap in those exclamation mark vote and then the number. You don't have to do the arrow bracket thing. It's just vote and then space number, I think. I don't know. Test it out. I'm just testing out the voting thing, seeing if it works. And Sean's aiming for Halloween, so great. Yeah, best of luck. And there's Dave in the chat, so if you want to chat to Dave, maybe there's no space between the number and vote. I don't know. We're going to start our pick of the week very shortly. Just want to see if Lindsay's okay there with her headache. I hope your headache's gotten better. Anna Kozak is in the house. Anna, I hope you're still there. Oh, Anna Martin. Sorry, she's using her own name for the YouTube. Sorry, Anna. Hope you're still tuned in, or you can probably hear me through the thing. So it's, is it work? Let me see if it went through. If that went through. Dave, let's see. Did we get the vote in? Because it's strange. I wouldn't assume it would. She doesn't want to be a Kozak. That's definitely. I'm thinking that. Yeah. All right. So yeah, no, it did go through. Absolutely. Yeah, that did go through. There's actually a space between the vote and the 4. So we got 1 vote in, guys. Yeah, let's vote for the crack. Let's just see what happens. Would like to know your opinions on what you think is going to happen. So yeah. So Kevin's in the house. We got Viking Promotions. Viking Promotions is going to give us a pick of the week in a couple of seconds. But I'm just going to play one more track here. And then don't forget, we got our main event. We got BREW who's going to pop onto the show. We're going to play his video. We're going to play another video as well from I'm Your Dirty Sacred. And then we got CJ from Brayside Boyz, and his kids are going to egg him. Basically, that's our main event. We're going to have a little chit chat with him as well, hopefully. Hopefully he's up for a chat. Yeah, he said he's up for a chat right there. And I have him here on Facebook. And yeah, his kids are going to egg him. So that's going to be a bit of crack. See how it goes. And yeah, we're going to do our pick of the week, but I'm just going to introduce one piece of music, and it's a bit relaxing. It's a bit of a relaxing tune just to sit you back. I'm going to play it now, and then we're going to lift things back up again. But it's by a guy called JOHNSTON, who's an Irish pianist, singer, songwriter, plays rock, jazz, folk, and classical music, and sometimes a mixture of the 4. Very interesting. Excited about the sound they were creating, they set about recording the CD Asylum Harbour, which was released by Shandon Records in 2008. Centered around his composition and melodic piano style, Josh's own music is a diverse and unique mix of rock, jazz, folk, ambient, and classical music, at times epic and others intimate. The songs touch on the themes of home, belonging, and the search for calm in a crazy, mixed up world. Guys, does that feel like you at all? Does it? Because it's okay to feel like that. It is a crazy world. It's been the craziest it's ever been, probably, right? So, yeah, I'm definitely feeling a bit crazy. I'm feeling crazy. Right, Josh JOHNSTON. Anyway, moving swiftly on from that. This is from his LP called Where We're Standing Now. And it was difficult to choose. 2 of the pieces are over... One of them's 20 minutes long and the other one's 40 minutes long. So it was kind of a toss-up between the 6-7 minute long piece or the 5 minute and 40. Unfortunately, I had to pick the shortest one, which coincidentally is actually a beautiful piece. So Lindsay, this one is for you. It's called Letting Go. That was Josh Johnston with his tune Letting Go. And that's part of a LP that he released just this year. He's got a couple of different numbers on there. There's a 44-minute song, 19 minutes, 7, and this was the shortest one that I played for you, which was 5 minutes and 40. He's got a lot of different albums released on his Spotify. So I definitely urge you to check it out. There's a bit of variety in each of the songs. So yeah, definitely, definitely recommend you check it out. Yeah, it was nice and chilled. Yeah, it was nice and relaxing for a change, something different. I don't listen to enough kind of classic and jazz. I used to a lot more when I was studying. Just leave it on in the background. Of course, my dad is a classical musician, so I would have heard it more often when I was younger. But it does take you to a lovely place, I have to say. So it's really nice to kind of just take me back. So I hope you guys felt that as well. Lindsay being a music star. Well, I mean, she is studying composition. She has a PhD in it now, I think, at this stage, right? So I take that as a compliment, I suppose, right, Lindsay? You can help me with that. Yeah, Lindsay, well, that's it. That's what the talk is about, right? We're going to add in a classical section. We just got to let it go naturally and see what happens. So, yeah, I'm going to introduce our pick of the week by Rebecca Cappuccini. So, Rebecca, let's see if we can just, we can get Rebecca in here. Do. Great.
Good evening, deMartians. How are we?
Jeez, very awake. After that hello, exceedingly awake. How are you doing?
I'm really chirpy this evening, so it's great.
I love it. I love it. Do it. All right, I left you. The floor is yours, Rebecca. Take it away.
The floor is mine. So we go from a Josh, which was very enjoyable and melodic, to a Joshua. Before we do that, I want to try something different this evening. So first of all, I want to say how grateful I am that Kozak keeps entrusting me with this every week, because it's a huge, massive honor to me and something I take great pride in. I also want to thank everyone that's watching, because you guys are awesome. Without you, we wouldn't have a show. You know, there'd be nothing for me to talk into, only the space. But I also want to do something I call spark joy. So in my own mind, to try and bring positivity and gratitude into my world every so often as possible, I talk about things I'm grateful for, and then I'll go on to my review. So the first thing I'm grateful for this week is this beautiful Proto Baby album that was released this week. Proto Baby are an incredible Limerick band. This is called Twisted Words, and it came out last week, and it's really, really good. So Proto Baby are an incredible band. I would recommend you check them out. I had the immense privilege of working with them in the past and truly enjoyed that. Now, this isn't Irish, okay? So I'm sorry about that. But Kamal Williams dropped a new album, and I didn't know about it until Benediction told me about it during the week, and I bought it, and it's a transformative journey. And I would recommend that everyone also listens to this, okay? The last one is not really music, but it is important to Ireland, I believe. I was told about this book. It's called 32 Words for Field. It is about the Irish language and the magic within it. So it talks about how in Ireland we have a very, very specific way of communicating and how we use different words. I don't speak Irish, but I have actually got Duolingo today, and I'm going to start teaching myself Irish to try and go back to my roots. Because the more I read this, the more I realize as a linguist the importance of that variety in words and how it makes the Irish people magic in their own right, casting spells through poetry and the incredible writers that have all come from our beautiful land. But that is it for my Spark Joys. I hope you enjoyed that little tiny mini segment, and you are about to hear about my pick of the weekend. Last week, accidentally bumped into this guy on the Spotify's, and I listened to a few of his tracks, not knowing he was about to release music, actually. His name is Joshua Burnside, and he is from Belfast. He is a folk indie alternative type who has a very mellow, uplifting sound, full of folklore and magic. I think that's what pulled me in, because it's modern in its Irishness, but you can really feel the folklore and the magic to it, and it's very resonant in an old styley Americana type vibe. He released Into the Depths of Hell is the name of the album, and the song I picked from that is Noah Mercier. Surprisingly, it's a very bright and uplifting melodic journey, considering the name of it is In the Depths of Hell, but I think we all shine brightest in the darkness anyway, so that's probably why it's so powerful and beautiful. It's kind of embracing that dark to create the light within. It's an experimental mix of Americana and our own very palpable Irish vibes to it. You can feel the Irish off it. You can really, every single track is very varied and different. No two songs are anything alike. I've really enjoyed losing myself to that today. It was released yesterday, so it's brand new. I'm trying to get them as fresh as I can for you guys to discover something as I discover it myself. I think it's magic and wonderful. And I really look forward to each and every single one of you delving deeper into Joshua Burnside. That's it for me this week. See you next week, guys.
Thanks so much, Rebecca Cappuccini of Viking Promotions. Rebecca, that was absolutely brilliant, and thanks so much for that little uplifting at the beginning as well. It's great to see you in good form. Fair play to you. Okay, so we're going to play Noah Mercier by Joshua Burnside. Here we go.
Beside me, so
So that was our pick for the weekend. Joshua Burnside and Rebecca chose to play Noah Mercier from an album called Into the Depths of Hell. What a name for an album, I have to say. And it's got 10 tracks on it. Yeah, I'm really interested to actually see more on this album. He released a live album as well last year, live at the Elmwood Hall. And last year as well, he released a studio album, Wear Bluebells in Your Hat, if you're going that way. 2017, he released an album, a deluxe edition, 19-song release. And then in 2017... and then the normal release, which was a 10-song. He's released a lot. I can see that. It's absolutely brilliant. And that tune was hypnotic, I have to say. Eva Kozak, what's the story? There's my sis. Welcome to the stream. Dave Duggan, joking as always. Look at him there. Trolling like a bleeding troll. But yeah, awesome track. He's obviously doesn't think it's awful, guys. Don't worry, it's a joke. Might not be the best joke, but sure, let's just let him do it. Let's let him do it if it makes him happy, right? Yeah, so 11 viewers, great guys, that's amazing. We're gonna have Brew on now. I'm gonna play Brew's song, who incidentally is a video that Dave produced and directed. So maybe you just want to troll him for a change. Actually, that could be pretty fun. So if anybody wants to troll Dave, you gotta turn it back around, right? So I'm gonna play that, and then we're gonna have CJ on just before 8 o'clock, and Brew's gonna come on straight afterwards. Guys, 11 of you is there. If anybody is just tuning in, do hit the subscribe button and subscribe to us. We're playing all local music, independent music, and just spreading the love, sharing the talent that is out there, the talent that might not be known, the talent that's not played on conventional mainstream networks. So, be part of the community. So you can also be part of our Facebook group called the deMartian Community, and there's a link in the description. There's a link to a lot of things in the description. Thanks to anybody that saw or clicked into the subscribe star today. It's very similar to Patreon. Now, the thing is, that account is still under review, so you can't subscribe at the moment. I've tried to speed that up, so hopefully at the beginning of this coming week, they will finish the review process and you guys can subscribe, and a lot of the money is going to go back towards the musicians. I'm going to be purchasing merch from a variety of different musicians that come onto the show, and then I'm going to give it back to you guys as a prize giveaway, and also as well anything else, if there's anything left over, it'll go towards the stream as well, of course. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on that, guys. So thanks very much. And as well, if you hadn't liked the video yet, give the video a like. It helps the video boost up and get recommended to other people. So if you've been enjoying it, it would be much appreciated if you could do that. So awesome, guys. Without further ado, let's get Brew's video up. New Direction, which was released in February. The 29th was the gig, which I was fortunate enough to be playing the drums for. It was great. Great event in the Grand Social downstairs. It was featuring the Jackrabbit Slims and Tickets Thieves as well. Were there. They did a comeback, and it was really cool to be playing some old school Blue Sun songs and the new Direction, which is of course Brew's debut solo release. So massive congrats to Brew for his solo transition. It's awesome. It's great to see that. Long overdue in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. I think Brew's always been solo, huh? No, all right, I won't get into that. We'll wait until he gets on the show. But this is New Direction, and this is the music video for it.
I want a new direction now.
it is to feel so in love. What is it to know how I feel for you now? I want a new direction now. I want a new direction now. What is it to feel wanted? What it is to know that I'm wanted? What it is to sense that I'm needed by you now. What it is to love, what it is to feel so in love, what it is to know how I feel for you, what it is to feel wanted, what it is to know that I'm wanted, what it is to sense that I'm needed by you. I want a new direction now. I want a new direction now.
All right, New Direction, and the very first video release from BREW as a solo artist. And there we have Cairo Jones, who starred in the video as well, of course. Lads, brilliant stuff. Good stuff for being in that video as well. BREW,
Yo.
how did you find your release on Friday? What was it like to just have it all out
I
there?
drew a cab. I said, wow, that guy looks like me. Oh, wait a minute. Can you hear me, by the way? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and I just have to change your name. I keep forgetting to do that. I have to do it every time because your name is incorrect.
Can I test my mic?
Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah, just
Okay,
it's
ready?
all chill here.
Let me know if you can hear it. Here we go. You hear it?
Loud and clear, yeah.
All right, the mic works. Way more beer.
Good. What do you drink? What can are you drinking there?
Today, kids, we are trying Carling, the new rebranding of Carling. I think it's an English beer. And I saw something was cheap. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Cheap. But
Yeah.
They've rebranded. You know, yeah. Let's talk about Carling.
That's how they get you back. They just rebrand it, so you're like, ooh, a nice can. Let's drink piss.
And you know, and people like me will fall for it. You like my shirt, David? Look what I got just for you.
Root beer, love it.
Root beer
Love it.
from Walmart, $7.99 plus tax.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Okay, BREW. So you got Cairo Jones watching, you got Sean Boyd watching, you got Dave Duggan watching.
Sean, welcome home. Sean is a legend. He's so cool. I remember a lot of his early gigs, you know what I mean? And, you know, all I remember is that, okay, you know, who can light up the whole room and make you feel in great form? Sean's the dude.
Yeah, so you met him, I think the first time was at the Freakout gig, I think.
Oh, yeah, probably. Maybe even before that. Yeah.
We have a photo together. I still have that somewhere, actually. It's probably on Facebook.
Fellow Trinners, I think, you know, so there you go.
Yeah.
Really nice, really nice guy. So welcome home, buddy. We got to catch up and have a few cans.
Yeah, he says, hey, BREW. And then Lindsay as well says hello.
Oh, Lindsay, how you doing?
Cairo Jones say €10 for 10 in super value BREW. There you go. That's a pretty decent deal.
I gotta go super value. Okay, so we got to make this interview quick so I can race down and see if my fake ID works in super value.
There you go. So tell us, what was it like to be in front of the camera, Brew? Because it's different than being on stage and performing in front of people. You're looking into a lens. I mean, you've obviously done it before with many other music videos, but I guess it's been a while since you've done one, right?
Yeah, the last video was, I think, over 10 years ago, maybe even 15 years ago. And again, this is the common theme is water. There's always water around, but this time we made sure to get 8 lifeguards on standby for those sandy cove scenes, and they were fucking useless. My feet still got wet. Oh well, you know, but that's okay. Yeah, so there's water. Yeah, what was the question again? Oh yes, what was it like to be in front of the lens?
You know, I knew this would happen, but anyway, go on, keep going.
Yeah, the lens. Yeah. It's kind of like, well, he is a troller, isn't he? But with a camera as well. But then I realized Dave's not actually trolling. He's actually filming the video, so he kind of has to troll. Well,
I'm surprised Dave has serious moments, you know, because I only see him fluting about in the chat, but but he does do great work all the same. Like, and you do see some great stuff released by him.
Well, I
lyric
think
videos.
He's gonna have about, I can think of 20 bands off the top of my head that'll probably be banging on his door. They're like, you know. I said, can we get his number? No. Can we get his address? No. It's like, we'll give you beer.
So tell us the idea for the theme of the video, because the theme of the song is new direction. So for you, for the meanings seem to be a little bit. Is there a connection somewhere? It's not, but yeah, of course, but it's not necessarily the same as what is in the video, right? New direction, or is it? Is there a comparison that you can make? For me, new direction was obviously you starting. Moving away from, moving into your solo project essentially, right? So I guess there is a comparison between. Tell us a little bit first about that, and then I'll
that's interesting. I didn't thought about that. Well, there's a metaphor. Well, I don't know when we decided to try this. I'm still a blues son, but you know, when we decided to try this blues, the solo thing, the producers said, well, it makes sense to have your breakout solo song called to be New Direction because you're taking a new direction.
Yeah,
literally.
Absolutely.
And the fact that we picked that particular song, to record as a breakthrough single, you know what I mean? But the video, it was interesting because like I said, Dave Duggan and the rest of the team at 369 Productions, you know, they asked me, so what is the song about? And you know, I mean, half the time I don't know what the songs are about. I just hope they're good, you know. But I was going on the loner theme. And then, you know, Dave and them, they took that whole theme of the loner, you know, because we didn't want to turn to a Westlife video where everyone's, you know, you're on Grafton Street and everyone's seeing you. I mean, that's not.
It's been done before so many times, and it's not perhaps. Yeah. It's a side that you wanted to open up to, and you wanted to use obviously the video as an opportunity to sort of address something.
Yeah, as a loner would not hang out on Grafton Street. It's just not going to happen. I mean,
it's too crowded.
Yeah, they won't. They don't want to be around people. You know what I mean? There's a reason why they call them loners. You know what I mean? They just kind of, and then
you can be very lonely in a crowd though.
Oh yeah.
As in, like, you know, you can walk through a crowd and feel like a complete loner and just.
Yeah, well, I guess probably the real reason I didn't want to, because I didn't want all these people, you know, kind of getting in the way of the shots. You know.
Yeah. I mean, when you're doing a music video, you do like you can exaggerate a little bit, right, in music videos. Like in films and stuff, just to make it more apparent, because you're going into it, you're watching something in 2-dimension, right? So you're not feeling or smelling and stuff like that. So you need to exaggerate a little bit to compensate, right?
Yeah, well, you know, again, I think Dave had a very clear vision. He took the loner theme and expanded it, and then he put in this whole idea of a subtle flashbacks. It's not a typical flashback where you blur the camera or anything. It's just the whole thing of going the juxtaposition of, you know, scenes of me walking around looking lost. That's nothing new. And then, you know,
after a few drinks.
That's before the drink.
Well, that's before the drinks.
Where is the mace? Where is the office?
The drink is when you're found. I'm in the bar with my mates having the drinks. It all makes sense.
Well, actually, the mate scenes with the CARROL Jones, in case the lads have played my friends in the well, no, they're actually my friends. They don't pretend. Well, they are. Well, you know.
Of course, they're your friends. Yeah.
Yeah, they're my friends. Yeah, I mean, because some people have no friends. You know, Billy No Mates, but you know. But the whole idea, it was the hero is the Billy No Mates, and the original plan was to shoot in the pub, but all the madness going on with pubs and the stuff, we couldn't do it, you know. But we were meant to feature the lower deck, and and have all the mates scenes in the pub. You know, we're all drinking.
It was nice. It was nice seeing it in the sun. It was bright, right? It was a nice day. Obviously, you shot that.
Oh yeah,
so it looked quite nice, and the camera shot as well was quite good, nice and close. So it was nice. It was really well.
Yeah,
the camera angles were quite nice.
Yeah, because I had to pretend that because the lads are just talking normally. Nothing is scripted. They're just talking among themselves, and I had to pretend I don't see them until one of them actually acknowledges me if they give me a pat on the shoulder. And then that's my cue to like look at them and acknowledge them, but then go back and look at the camera, you know. And you know, there was we had fake cans because everybody thought we were drinking real cans. I mean, there were real cans with nothing in them. And a guard, you know, stopped us in the canal in the middle of shooting, and we actually caught him, but he didn't make the cut in the final. It's a pity because that would have been cool to like, get arrested or something. But and then he realized they were fake. That we were. I mean, can you not see the camera crew there? Like, fucking blind, whatever.
Typical,
you know?
Yeah. It's interesting because
my only regret was that they weren't real cans, you know.
Yeah, so you could just hit them in the back of the head with a full can, right? So it's interesting because I read up the description in the YouTube video, and it really opened up a side that was quite deep. So let me just read this out.
I didn't write that.
So that's Dave's writing.
No, that's not his. It's it would be our writer blogger person that kind of.
Brew's character in the video is a contradictory beast who wants to be sociable but is never convinced of himself and finds himself constantly pulled back by his default personality mode of deep introversion. Even in familiar surroundings and in territory that formed him, the dark draw of retreat unto oneself is irresistible. I love that. As we see Brew's character stroll forlornly around hometown, hanging with friends, oblivious to his inner battle. And it's an amazing, powerful message. It almost gives me chills because
there's like
we don't know
mental health picture coming through. I think there's like this whole thing, you know, because some people and it's so now because of this whole lockdown business. You know, people have been isolated, and if you live alone like I do, you know, you're alone, and then you can't see anybody. The same with even like elderly people that they may have no family. You know, I have a few of them on my road here. We try to just call into the window, just knock to make sure they're all right. But it's a loneliness. It's a different type of loneliness, but you know, but it's exacerbated by what's going on at the moment. You know what I mean? But again, when we planned this video, we didn't know this was, like I said, we were about to start shooting production on this video back in March, like 2 weeks after the launch. You know, so it was meant to be like this summer release. I mean, we kind of got it in there, I suppose. Does Indian summer count?
Do you feel do you feel yourself as just forget lockdown and stuff like that? Do you see yourself like a mixture between introvert and extrovert? Like, I mean, I have my introvert moments. Just going back to the introvert extrovert things. It's an interesting conversation to have.
Well, my friends say I'm not. I keep joking. Oh, I'm the shy one of the band. Dude,
I think I've heard it about 1,000 times now. Yeah, and the more you say it, the less and less I believe it. But
I know. Well, you don't seem that shy. I walk into a pub. Hey, everybody, the party can start. You know, like okay, you don't seem to be shy, and you have 4,000 friends on Facebook, so you can't be that shy.
Yeah, everyone turns their head. It's like, oh, Brew's here, great. I guess I better wait my turn so I can talk to him because everyone else is going to go up to him.
Oh, I never talk. No, so, it was definitely a character in the video because I like the way the PR man, you know, Frank, that he worded in such a way Brew's character, not meaning me in real life.
It's the character you're portraying in the video.
Yeah,
but it's an interesting thing because obviously, you know, we all have even the characters we play, you know, and there's a reason why you still played that character because it meant something for you. You know, there was a meaning behind it. You wouldn't play somebody that you didn't believe or have a, you know, at least a small connection with. So that's why it's interesting because you do say, and you know, I love you, brother. Like you're a good friend of mine. We've known each other for many years, you know. So
I'll give you a $5 later. Don't worry.
$5? I thought it was a $10. Prices have gone up post COVID. It's a COVID tax.
Fuck it.
But it's great. I mean, like, so obviously, you know, some people need to recharge and so because you exert so much sociability when you're out and about. Do you feel the necessity to recharge at home, you know, before the COVID stuff? Because obviously we got the extremity of being at home. But do you ever like kind of feel that where it's like, oh, I had too much social interaction. I need to chill out now and just chill out, have my own, listen to my vinyls at home, listen to some music, play music
vinyl and cans. Yeah, well, yeah, you do need to you need to retreat in yourself. You know what I mean? You kind of have to wind down. You're not always on stage all the time, you know, especially you know if you live alone, there's no one to impress here, you know it's like you kind of you can't be this personality that's always, you know. I mean, yeah, when you're in a social situation in crowds, whatever, you know, at a gig, at a venue, you know. But see, when I was doing rock and roll, when I started with the rock, I thought everybody. I had no idea you could be shy and be in this business. I thought you had to be over the top all the time.
In the States, it's probably from your transition from the States, because in America you have a lot more sort of confident, extroverted sort of people, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
And I wasn't one of them.
And then when you go to Ireland, did you see a massive kind of cultural sort of personality difference, or let's say musical?
Well, when I first came here, you know, back in 91, whatever, I was the only black guy I knew, you know, because everywhere I went, I got attention. Everywhere I went, somebody bought me a drink. There was no racism back then. It was all like, how are your butter? Have a pint. That's why I was mad for Smittix. So that was a whole, and this before they knew I even played an instrument. I was just this anomaly, like a Martian. Hey, deMartian. Hey, you know, and it was like this, but it was a curiosity thing. It wasn't a racist thing. It was more of a curiosity. Like I remember in Basaris, the young lads from the bus. Hey, mister, where you from? I'm from Cork. Fuck me.
Yeah, it's amazing. It sounds amazing.
Innocence of the Irish at the time. At that
absolutely
time,
genuine curiosity. Yeah.
Yeah, but it made me want to stay because I loved it. I thought it was just kind of cool. You know, I mean, I came here in the time of the Commitments movie. You know, and that's a Dublin that I remember and miss so badly. But trust me, it was better. Pints were £2. That's right. Pissed on a fiver. That's me.
Keith says BREW is a Dublin institution. Whatever that.
No. I'm in an institution. Well, the judge said jail or Dublin, but that doesn't matter.
I didn't get that, but Dave agrees. So, I mean, I definitely see you as being like a very an integral part, and me and Keith have discussed this actually, like an integral part of the music, the independent music scene for sure.
Oh yeah, well, my first day here, I was straight to bag it in. I was straight. There was no Molly Malone or looking for the Brazen Head pub. I was like, right, where's the music shop? Where's Music Maker? And where are the venues? Straight to the scene. But that's why I'm like, wherever I go in the world, wherever any foreign town or a place I don't know, I look right for the music scene first. You know.
BREW and Chasers, love story for the ages.
Oh, Chasers and Kells.
CARROL Jones said
Ballier.
that.
In Ballier, yeah. Oh, yeah. Originally, the video back in March, we were thinking, okay, we're gonna shoot scenes in Ballyfermot, you know, because we're gonna keep it real, you know, real working class, you know what I mean? And you know, we're not gonna be in some Kleiny pub or anything. It's not. No, it was gonna. No. I want to keep it real. Like I'm so, you know, I start off in the north side of Dublin, you know, working class areas, and I wanted the video to show that, you know. But in this video, we kind of tried to show, but we saw deserted laneways. And we had some really iconic shots of Dublin, the Mother Redcaps venue. That was absolutely brilliant. And the fact that building is still standing, you know, it's still there, right off Thomas Street, and you know, behind Christ Church and stuff. And it was a great venue. I'm sure the stages are still inside, but it hasn't been torn down. So maybe it's a case of maybe I win with the Euro Millions and I'll open it up myself and keep the name going.
I could definitely see you running a venue or something like that for sure. Like with your social interaction, and with the fact that we need more anyway for sure. But just your
I told you before, because back in the day in Dublin, you had to graduate to certain venues. You didn't play for the likes of Workman's or Button Factory when you were 17. You start off in the smaller venues, which were actually the cooler venues. You didn't hear that from me. Too late. How many millions of people are watching this? Anyway.
2
but they were cool. The Fox and Pheasant, you know, Charlie's, you know, the Rock Garden, all, and the Attic. I mean, the Attic. Oh my God! If you're a drummer, if you went back too far, you fell out the window, because this was like on the 5th story of a building.
That's amazing.
That happened a few times, and they survived. But I didn't push them, and then you had to kind of walk through the stage. The original underground, where they had carpeting and, you know, where Club Lapellos is. You know, there was one guy or girl, you know, from every band in Dublin at that time in the venues. I mean, it was so packed. If you were a regular punter, you had to get there really early just to make sure, because the scene, every Dublin band supported each other. You know, there was at least one guy from every single band in Dublin going to the gigs, and it was chucker block, and it was great. Again, I was there for the drink, £2 Smithwick's, fair enough. You know what I mean?
It was a cheaper time, right? There wasn't the height
yeah,
of the
the
Celtic
scene-
Tiger, right? Like
This
rent
is
prices
before
were
the Celtic Tiger. Yeah.
before.
Before the Celtic Tiger. Celtic Tiger boss. That ruined the country. I don't care what anybody says. Because there was no such thing as greed back then. There was no such thing as, this and, hoarding.
I get you, right?
It was everybody was happy because there was no reason to hoard because nobody had anything.
Was there less musicians, do you reckon? Obviously, there would have been less musicians than
No,
now,
there were more.
right?
There
was more.
Everybody, because nobody was working. Everybody was young. There was no work. Everybody was in the dough. So we sign on, go to the Temple Bar, have a £2 breakfast, and then go home, roll up a few spliffs, and write some songs. And you could live in Balls Bridge for 30 quid a week.
Wait a minute, you were smoking spliffs?
Hey?
You were smoking spliffs, were you?
Everybody was. Well, they rolled it for me because, but I could keep the books for the dealers because I had a calculator.
I see.
So,
I was only trying to put you on the spot there, but it didn't work.
Yes.
Well, I was going to say something else, but I figured I didn't want to incriminate you.
Hey, I'm used to being incriminated. This is the thing. When you're a singer in a band, if you're in front of a microphone or the camera's on you and you got to be prepared for anything. But I always say, if you're going to ask a question, be prepared for the answer.
Oh, seriously, I've heard it all. I'm at this stage.
Yeah.
At this stage.
Did I answer the question about the video? Did I? Yeah. So the video, the loner.
Was there a question? I forgot that I even asked the question.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically it was a very good concept. Like, again, I haven't done a video in like over 10 years, and it's like to do it again was kind of it was fun. And Dave is very meticulous, but he's very he knows what shots he wants. So even though a lot of those scenes were like 10 different takes, walk slower, walk faster, and then it's kind of like and the boyos, CARROL Jones, they're just naturals at it. You know what I mean? I can see them. I'm telling you, I already see it now. The fans were like, "Who are the lads? What about me?" Like, who are the lads?
Who's the guy that bumped shoulders with you when you walked by?
Oh, Key! Oh my God! Did you say he
That was good. That was a very good. That was like probably the best shot I think in the movie.
Yeah,
like that's hard to do. Like to legitimately like plan to hit someone in the shoulder and then your reaction to it, and that's probably my favorite shot.
Oh yeah, well we shot all 4 lads bumping into me, and then we had to make them look different so people wouldn't cop it's the same people. You know what I mean? And so he's wearing a knapsack and but he really went for it. I'm just like.
Yeah, it was a really good shot. Like I've seen people trying to do that before, and it was a tricky one.
Yeah, so it was almost like Bittersweet Symphony. Richard,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But we didn't want to blatantly copy it, so Dave had this deal. Well, why would the loner? People don't see you. You're just walking
instead
up
of the busy street that he's doing it. You're doing it on a quiet street.
On a quiet street,
which is quite interesting because you're less likely to kind of brush up against someone when nobody else is there. On a busy street, you're more likely to hit someone's shoulder, right?
Well, I think the metaphor is in that particular shot. I don't know if this is intended. We have to ask Dave. The whole idea that even the loner could be bumped off on a quiet street. Because I guess like you said, you expect it on Grafton Street or O'Connell Street or somewhere it's crowded.
Yeah.
But the fact that this guy's being ignored and bumped,
holds more depth.
On
definitely.
a quiet street holds more depth. Oh, that's deep. Yeah. You get it? Yeah. Depth. How do you spell that?
Is there any plans for another song, Brew? What are we? Any plans for another solo release?
Oh yeah. There's a couple of songs in the pipeline, So
cool.
But you have to watch this space. But right now we gotta plug New Direction because the video's so new. So I don't want to preempt, the rumors of a second song and then suddenly that could be the next interview. The closer we have to let because New Direction got interrupted, if you will. Everything got halted with COVID. I mean.
So you're kind of restarting it now with the video.
Yeah, so we're restarting it. Where this video again should have been done in March, and it probably would have been out April Fool's Day because I'm a fool. You see, so the joke's on me. Hey,
And so there's no plans for a performance or a gig. I might have asked you this on Tuesday already. Are you planning any gigs?
Oh yeah,
or
somebody did ask that. Was it Kim? Yeah. Well. Well, the likes of the Wild Duck. I think I might try and target them.
I think you should do, especially for pushing this song and the video again, and just getting back into gigging, man. Jesus,
exactly.
Be good for you.
You just want to play again, yeah.
Well, I was saying as a soloer, I was thinking there's not many full bands playing at the moment. I think the Wild Duck are primarily.
No, they have a band. As long as everyone's spread out.
Yeah,
no,
but
because actually, I don't like
okay.
playing alone. Because that's another rumor that I want to put to rest. I don't like it. To be honest, I find it boring. No, excuse me, I find it fucking boring because I can't give it loads because the songs I write are geared for bands.
Absolutely.
When I do play alone, I turn around as if there's a drummer there and there's no drummer there, and everyone's wondering.
I mean, you're able to play alone; it works, but there's definitely like an essence missing for sure.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't like it because there's a reason. Cause I'm a band person. I've always been a band person, and it's like I mean, no offense to the guys that do play on their own, and that's their own trip. Personally, when you grow up on bands, you expect to be in a band. You expect to have the four lads there, and you're doing your thing, and
absolutely.
Because especially when the solo guitar line, the solo bit of the song, and there's no solo, so just me playing the rhythm again. There's like. And then I just go to the mic, just take the piss. I ended up, miming or humming the solo that should be there. But if you're a singer-songwriter on yourself, you wouldn't do that. You'll just keep playing and, be really kind of introverted. And I mean, they're loners. I reckon they are loners. Those singer-songwriters. I mean, I could be totally wrong. There's definitely a loner aspect to them, and they pull it up. But that's what they want to do. The whole point for them is to be more.
There is a difference. Yeah, there is a sort of there can be. I mean, let's. I mean, we can generalize. We can generalize, but it's
a fine line between there's self-obsession and then there's self-introversion. And I think they're just self-introverted, and that's fine.
I mean, there's definitely self-obsession too.
Yeah, with some of them, because you can tell.
I mean, with anybody, right?
Oh, not me. I'm not. So I'm more concerned about what the drummer's doing or what.
Oh, with regard to music, for sure. Oh, I see what you mean. Like just being on your own. Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, that's absolutely fair.
It's not just me. There has to be a band. I like gelling with three other people because you just have that's what I've been doing. But again, maybe it'd be different if I had started off by myself.
You never know. No, I think maybe it's just the energy. You just like that energy on stage. There's definitely a difference. I mean, I'd be the same. To be honest, I like being in a band. Although I have no choice. I'm a drummer, so I have to be in a band, right?
You know what I mean? And actually, I did have one gig before. After that gig, I supported the Picture Books. Do you know them? From Germany, the Picture Books. They're a duo, but they sound like a full-on.
Oh, that can work. Yeah.
Yeah, upstairs at Wheelands, they didn't want a band. They were adamant. No.
By Curious are like that too, drummer and thing. But he's using like a loop pedal as well, which is just
they have all this stuff. But I'll tell you, I was so. It was a good gig, but I was bored out of my skull. The audience looked bored. They did clap. It was polite clap. You know what I mean? And then when the Picture Books came on full on for just two guys, I was like, at that moment, I said, I'm never playing alone again. Fuck this. No, it has to be a band. It can't. I'll do it once in a great while, like Haley's Comet. You know what I mean? But but the thought of doing it full time, it's just not going to work for me because it will show on my face that I'm frustrated. It will show that I'm not happy.
You've done a good few on the Crystal Skulls, and you just came in just for the crack because you were coming in anyway for a few drinks. So it was nice. It was nice to just do that for a chill kind of thing.
Crystal Skull's easy because it's only like three
songs. Yeah, exactly.
But the idea of doing a 40-minute set by yourself, I'm just like, and then you're very limited as to what kind of songs you can do because you're on acoustic guitar or whatever, and then it's and the whole time I'm thinking about my overdrive pedal. I'm thinking I want to make some noise, and I mean it's hardly punk when you're by yourself, is it?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Tell us, are we going to mention this extra speaking role as well that you got recently, or you want to wait to announce that?
The acting thing, whatever. Yeah, there was something.
The acting thing, whatever. Look at this guy.
I don't act as musician.
The acting thing or whatever. I'm considering it, but I'm so busy now.
It depends what my agent said. Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, do I get my own trailer? Because if Matt Damon's getting his trailer, I want my own trailer too. I want mine to be bigger than his. I don't care if he's Born Identity. Yeah, I applied for this thing. I guess this is an exclusive for you. Yeah, I'm going to be in some History Channel movie. It's going to be shooting in Bray. And they were looking for extras, but you'll be speaking as well. I'm just like, and for whatever reason, I guess they.
What are you going to speak about?
I have no idea. I mean, I haven't seen the script yet, but
I think it could be absolutely anything.
I know it'll be a good laugh. It's a full on, I mean,
what's the name of the show?
Titans.
That sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah, so am I going to be just with a caveman?
You're going to be a Titan.
Am I going to have a sword? Because I remember in Griffith College, I was part of the fencing club. And that, even though that thing is a plastic, that still hurt.
Oh
Me
yeah,
and Jordan-
fencing. Yeah.
Why,
Jesus.
why is Brew in the fencing club? It's like, would you rather play football? No, I thought I'd try fencing instead. And
Well, that's great. When are you gonna? When's the shooting starting? When's it all beginning?
I think that's starting the end of September or something.
That's quick enough.
So,
All right,
yeah,
that's great. Well, keep us in the loop, man. I really want to know more about this now.
Yeah, well, the irony is, in high school I started off in acting before the guitar took over and ruined my life.
I don't think acting. Honestly,
gave me a life. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's exactly. I think you're probably better off as a musician than an actor. I don't know. Like it sounds like a rough sitch being an actor. Although music as well, financially.
For me, the good thing is you could look like a total mug and be in music. You didn't have to be hot looking or anything. So yeah, in other words,
same in acting.
Because the best bands are ugly. They're not pretty.
Exactly, but in acting as well, you can be cast as a character type, a specific character, but then you're stuck in that character for the rest of your life.
Typecast. Typecast.
Yeah, typecast. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Well, apparently it's gonna be recurring roles. I have this strange feeling they pegged me for some big-ish role because they said we want you to be a regular on the series. So does that mean more than one shoot?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, a couple of episodes, maybe seasons. Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Will I get recognized? No,
I hope so. I mean, where is it being filmed? Do you know that info?
I think it'll probably be Ardmore Studio, Bray, but there's a few locations. But I'd say it'd be mostly Wicklow and stuff. And,
great. That's not too far out for you anyway, so that's handy.
No, I just jump in the Mini and hope I can get off the roundabout. Oh, that's
this could be your big break.
That's another. We were meant to have. There was one scene in the video that's not in there of me going the roundabout.
Well, there's a short driving segment, right? So
did you see that? You caught that.
I mean, it's very short, but I'm just thinking it's probably short because Brew was probably shiting himself, going, "Oh, I'm gonna crash! Or Dave with the camera.
The camera in the back, like, okay, don't go too fast. If I go too fast,
yeah. Just the brakes,
No, but the original idea was to film it at the roundabout in Ballier. Again, Ballier Chasers, and then go to Ballyfermot roundabout. And the whole idea was to keep going the roundabout and not being able to get off. But then we realized that was true to life because I can never get off a roundabout if I'm, at the time.
I mean, it's tricky enough to be, well, I don't know how it is, but having someone with a camera in your face.
We want the video to be fictional. So, but then that would have been true to life. Okay. Oh, there's Brew in the roundabout. He can't get off. He's going around and around and around.
And imagine taking 5 or 6 shots of that. It's like, oh, I didn't get the shot yet, so you'd be feeling pretty sick after a while.
Oh no, it wouldn't matter because I'd still be on it trying to get off. So it's But
just the fact that you'd be stuck to get
that never made to the video, but that would have been funny. Maybe there is a bloopers reel coming out apparently, so I'm sure.
Well, I can't wait for that. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the bloopers. That's what I'm here for. Absolutely, Brew. Listen, I'd love to chat to you a little bit more, but I gotta love you and leave you. We've got our main event happening. CJ from Brayside Boyz is going to get egged by his kids, which is just absolutely absurdly crazy. So he did a Facebook post yesterday saying if I get 100 comments on this and 2 shares, very modest, didn't ask for much, and he got that and then some. So we're going to host it live for the crack.
I got my eggs ready just in case.
Yeah. So stay tuned and listen. Thanks so much, Brew, for coming on for a bit of a chit chat.
And my new channel debuted as well. My new YouTube channel.
Brilliant! Yes,
Brew Space Musician. Yeah. So
do you know what? Do you want to start pulling people to that one, right? Because I'm sure most people here already have one. So Dave, poor Dave Duggan had to make one, did he? Dave,
I don't know how to make one, so this is what he made it. I'd be like, what's YouTube? It's like, you mean it's not Netflix? No, it's not Netflix. Dude.
What is it? How do you find it? Brew Musician, is it?
Brew Musician, yeah. Brew Space Musician.
That's good, man. That's actually a good one because that's your Facebook one as well. So people will start. You can actually apply for, guys. By the way, sorry to cut you, Brew. You can actually apply for you have to go into your settings and you can apply for a username for your YouTube. So you can do youtube.com/Brew Musician. You have to go in there manually to do it. Otherwise, it's a load of letters, big and small, and numbers. So just a heads up for you guys, for Dave. If you
I think he did that. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, it's Brew Musician.
It's a little trick that I found out. Let's see if it works if I do that. No, it doesn't work. So you have to still do that. I think you might need a certain amount of followers. But anyway, just letting you know. Cairo Jones.
Somebody said what I consider changing the name to Brewsician.
Yeah, that actually
I didn't
kind
even
of
know
works.
about that.
Yeah.
That was
That's
not
not too bad.
cool, you know?
Yeah, I'll give it to them. Brilliant interview, Kozak and Brew. Great stuff. Cairo Jones, thanks so much, lads. You are more than welcome to come onto the show as well for a chit chat, just to get to know you a little bit.
I want to thank them again because
Yeah.
I think I'm the first Dublin artist to feature another band in the same video. It's never been done.
Yeah, actually, good point, man. We forgot about that.
That was different.
Please.
Yeah, I knew we got something. Yeah, because you were jabbering.
That was great.
Yeah, so it was different, you know, and they're taking off anyway, so it's kind of cool. They can kind of, you know, but I if you ask them when you get them on here, you know, when I first met them, if you had told them when I first met them, you know, one day you guys are gonna be in a video with me, you know, and one day we're gonna be besties. They'd be like, who's your man?
Exactly. That's what I felt when I first met you, and look where we are now. We had a great time in Griffith College, I have to say. Rag Week. Happy Rag.
Happy Rag. The only three guys on campus.
Oh, Jesus, we were the life of the college. The whole college. We were the three of us.
Yeah. Rag Week.
Feck's sake. Bunch of boring sods. The lot of them, I tell you.
Don't go to Griffith College because there's no crack.
Fuck like Griffith. Too expensive anyway.
Happy Rag.
Cairo Jones, happy Rag. Cairo Jones, cheers. Send you a message. Deadly, guys. Listen, I'm here with Brew. Brew, listen, thanks so much. Go on. The link to his YouTube is there. Just click on that link, press sub, and subscribe to his channel. Give him some love and watch his video. Give his video a like. Give this video a like. Give this channel a sub. Because we're all helping each other out here. Brew, I love you and leave you.
Send beer as well.
Send more beer. Brew, love you and leave you. Jesus, I'm going crazy here. Happy Rag. I'll have a great weekend, brother.
You too. Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye. My pleasure as always, brother. My pleasure. All right. Happy Rag. Happy Rag, everybody. Wow. That was a going back in memory lane there. Brew, the awesome Brew musician. Find him on Facebook if you hadn't already, his solo project. And I sent the link in there once again to his YouTube page, guys. Thanks so much for staying tuned in, guys. Our main event is about to happen. The awesome CJ from Brayside Boyz. I don't know what's going on. We're doing it. It's just going to be so random, and it's just a bit of crack for a Saturday night, guys. CJ's just going to come on to Zoom, and we're just going to see how it goes. So stick with us. Don't go anywhere. We're going to see a live egging. So that's just absolutely mad. I've also got a tune that I'm going to play after CJ's event. We're going to play I'm Your Dirty Sacred, their new music video that was released. And I'm also going to give you a segment to No Shame, No Plug game. So you guys can actually hop on Zoom and quickly just promote your stuff. So even Cairo Jones, if you wanted to hop on, no press. There is a Zoom link in the description. I actually made it easy for you. You can click in the video description and there's a Zoom link there. You can click on it and go into the waiting room, and then we can just tell me when you're ready and we can knock you in. You can just give like a 30-second to 1 minute plug about your business or your project or anything that's coming up. It's just your opportunity to share something with the thing. And of course, yes, we can't forget the obvious by Future Fears. We got to include that in our show. On every show, 3 times a week. We got to do it, guys. So I don't know, I'm looking there. I forgot that the camera's there because I have 2 cameras. So anyway, CJ from Brayside Boyz, guys. Make some noise.
Yeah, man.
You guys are clapping.
Oh, good.
We got CJ. What's the story, CJ? How are you keeping?
Man, I don't know how this is gonna happen. I got the my people here trying to hate me. All these guys want to hate me at the same time.
Great.
That's my voice.
Amazing. What's the story? Here we go. He's live on the TV. Everybody's gonna watch what happens. CJ, listen, okay. So, what are we going to do? Are we just going to... Do you want to just kick into it, or how do you feel?
I don't know. Like, it's up to you. Like, what you got?
Well, tell us a little bit. How have you been keeping? How's Brayside Boyz? Are you guys able to do any rehearsal, or tell us what's going on with Brayside Boyz?
With Brayside Boyz, like every day we meet, like it's always a rehearsal. Like me and Sammy, only thing we do every time we meet up is make music, and we create music every day. So we're actually together yesterday. We created another song.
Guys, these are song making machines. I love it. Absolutely love it. you know what? I have to say, it was an absolute delight to have you at the Transmission Festival. You guys lit up the place. You guys were such an amazing personalities. You're just so amazing. A lot of fun, compassionate, cool, and it was just such a pleasure. I wish I wasn't working, that I could just have fun with you the whole time. Hello.
He's throwing an egg, CJ. You know what? Let's just go straight to it, because I don't think this guy is gonna let me to talk.
Let's do it. Let's do the egging. Okay, so
let's talk with you when I'm more eggy.
Okay, let's do it. All right, let's do the egging. Here we go, guys.
This is so guys. Let come here, guys. Me, I like things planned. Yeah, come close to me. Come close to me, then I'll talk to you. Yeah. Come close to you. I want one person who's holding the camera.
Me. No, me.
I promise you don't carry the camera.
Can I hold it?
You can call your dad to hold the camera.
Hold it like this. Why not? Yeah, go get Alex. I'm getting an egg.
Wait, lads, wait. Everybody's gonna get an egg. Everybody's gonna get an egg. Everybody's gonna get an egg. Everybody get an egg. Everybody get an egg. One egg each. One egg each. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get an egg, lads. Get an egg. Get 3 more eggs left. Who didn't get an egg?
I got one.
Everybody got an egg?
I got an egg.
How can I get 2?
No.
Yeah. Because they were supposed to do this by themselves, guys. So now everybody. Wait. Oh, you want to hold the camera? Okay. So pass your egg to somebody else. Oh my god. This is gonna be crazy.
Okay, that's a lot of kids and that's a lot of eggs.
I know. So guys, you holding the camera, yeah?
Yeah.
So if you hold it like you hold it like that.
Okay, yeah.
Then you're gonna be pointing this side.
Yeah.
Is it on?
Right there. Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Emily's
No,
serious.
Wait.
Emily.
Okay, are we gonna do a countdown or how are we gonna do this?
Emily,
I have to say something. For my posts, I posted like 100 likes, 2 shares. I'm gonna get eggs. By my kids, and now we got more than my kids. Got loads of kids now trying to egg me. So let's just get on with it.
Emily,
who's starting first?
Me.
Okay, just go on, man. Go on.
Oh my god.
That's my hair.
Oh, no way.
That's my hair.
You're an egg farm.
Okay.
Go on at the shelf on him. Okay, he's been egg.
Stand up.
Wait, I want to hold some.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow. Wow, let's have a look at you. Let's have a look at you. Oh, the poor clothes.
He's destroyed.
How am I
Oh
supposed to do
my
the interview now? Like,
god. Was it just your clothes that were destroyed? Is it in your hair as well, is it? Oh, it is.
come on, guys. I thought there's no more eggs. Yeah.
Well, that was a spectacle. That was a spectacle. Fair play to you.
Okay. All right, man. Listen. You know what? Next time I'll make it 1,000 likes, 1,000 comments, because 100 was too little.
That was way too easy. That was way too easy. Oh my god.
Here, kiss it.
Chaos and Bray, absolutely.
One more, right? Look, one more.
Oh. That is fantastic. Yes, fair play to you, bro. Fair play to you. That's great. He stuck to it. He said he was going to do it. He did it. Fair play to you, man. That respect. Absolute respect. You did it. You said you'd do it and you did it. Brilliant. Amazing.
I tried, man.
You know, egg is good for your hair. Apparently, it's a good conditioner, so don't worry.
I hope so. Is egg good for the hair, right?
It's good. Yeah, it is.
Good for the hair. Then I think I'm gonna add some. I'm gonna have some beautiful hair after this thing.
It's gonna look good, but it's gonna smell bad. Oh Jesus! Oh, that's amazing. Fair play to you, CJ from Brayside Boyz, guys. Absolutely brilliant. Fair play to you, man. You probably want to have a shower now, do you?
Yeah, I know. Maybe we'll have a little interview after the shower or something.
Listen, let's book an interview with you and Sammy, and let's get an update from Brayside Boyz. How's that? And we can play a couple of tracks that we haven't played before.
Because we got a few things, adverts and all that. You know what I mean?
I love it. And you're saying you're writing and everything, so that's great.
Writing, and we're making like the music. We're trying to create something like something that nobody has ever heard before. But like something for the radio, you know what I mean? We're trying to make something for the radio.
Brilliant.
That's our plan. Our plan, yeah.
Well, keep me in the loop. I'm gonna play.
And you'll be the best platform to play it, man. You'll be the first platform to play it, so it'll be lovely, man.
I'd be honored. I'd be absolutely honored. Thanks so much for like keeping me in the loop, and I'm always happy to be getting exclusives from great musicians. I'm going to play a tune by you as well for the guys, because we've got a few people watching. So CJ, you seem so busy there, so I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening with the kids covered in egg. Listen, take care, CJ, all right? I'll talk to you very soon. Peace. Well done, man. See you guys. Bye. Bye. Wow, well, there you go, guys. Our main event, extremely random. We just decided to do this yesterday. CJ made a post. He said, feck it, we'll go ahead and just have a bit of crack. CJ is just absolutely a load of fun and genuinely a great person, great musician, great rapper, and really nice guys. Brayside Boyz, Sammy is his partner in crime. And I interviewed the guys actually during the lockdown, and that was the first time I met them. And then they played at the Transmission Festival, so it was an absolute delight to get to meet them in person as well. I'm going to play a track by them before I bring in our last music video as well, new music. So do stick around, have a listen to what CJ does when he's not getting egged in the face. It's actually very impressive, and the music video is by one Shadow Man Productions, also known as Arthur Janowski, who we had on the show as well, who is just a fantastic filmographer and director, and he's just a really good guy as well. So I always love sharing stuff by good people. So
Yo, what's up,
here you go.
Yo, man, I got to you. Like, you remember that track we just made last week ago? Yeah, Brayside. Man, check how that trending. Hold up.
This is a tune and a half.
Telling you, bro. We killing this. We are killing this, man. I cannot believe this is what's up. Damn. This is what's up. I think we need to make a video for this, man. What you think about that? Man, you talking about a music video for this? Yeah. What's that? I'm trying to see that. Yeah.
Welcome to Show Me the World Music.
Brayside. Look, where you from? I'm from Bray. Yes. Been around the world, this is the best place. Brayside, hold it down, my nigga. Little you know I'm doing this. I got a house, yeah, it's looking like a condo. All these trees got me feeling like a Rambo. For real, dug a nigga hotter than Toronto. Said shit ain't wanted by the nigga came with it though. I got a bitch shaking the ass, yeah, do that. Walking in the streets and everybody like, who that? It's I made my nigga, yeah, true that. Check my hustle, all I need is that moolah. I got a tattoo, says a nigga with an attitude. Ain't nothing that a nigga didn't do. I said I got an attitude, cause I be killing this side by side. Yeah, you feeling me, play what's up? Tell my mama I made it, I guess I made it fast. I'm in the foreign country like an outcast. They're like, would you kill me? I told them cash. And I'm moving the whole city like a down for five. Put some weed on that mic and call it bro back. All my hustle skills I got him from Joe back. WWE, all them niggas let them go back. I'm getting more respect than they got. And all I do is stuck like a car key. You didn't get I say, all I do is stuck like a car key. I got my whole city with me. Everybody love me. Everywhere we go, everybody screaming. Brayside, 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 Brayside. I got my whole city with me. Everybody love me. this. Now we did it, man. I told you we can do it. Now we did it, man. I told you we can do this. Now we did it, man. I told you we can do it. Now we did it, man. I'm a king, ruling on this Brayside. Making the money, keeping the hustle on the Brayside. Getting all this dough like a big girl. Hell yeah, nice girls on the west side. She said she wanna dance with me. Said she wanna dance. I tell her bitch get low. She needs a ride to kiss me cause I'm not told. I tell her won't miss, just do what you go. Left, right, left, right. Watch that booty go. Left, right, left, right. Watch that booty go. Left, right, left, right. Watch that booty go. Left, right, left, right. I got my whole city with me. Everybody love me. Everywhere we go, everybody screaming like Brayside, 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 Brayside. I got my whole city with me. Everybody love me. Anywhere we go, everybody screaming like Brayside, 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 Brayside. I told you we can do this. Now we did it, man. I told you we can do it. Now we did it, man. I told you we can do this. Now we did it, man. I told you we can do it. Now we did it, man. Everybody love me. Anywhere we go, everybody screaming like Brayside, 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 Brayside. I got my whole city with me. Everybody love me. Anywhere we go, everybody screaming like Brayside, 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 Brayside.
What's up, man? Man, that was dope, man. How you think about that? That's exactly. I got my whole city with me. Everybody love me. Anywhere we go, everybody screaming like Brayside, 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 Brayside.
Woo! Brayside Boyz with their tune Brayside. It's got 24,000 views on YouTube at the moment. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in to this show today. If you haven't liked the stream already, slapping out a like. Give us a sub. A subscription means a lot. We're trying to build our subs here on YouTube. Trying to spread out into the world and share good vibes, great music, artists, and beyond. So, yeah, Rebecca, some very special show, lads. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that was very funny. CJ doing something like that. He's just a hilarious guy. Really, really cool of him to do that on the show today. And yeah, just make it fun, you know, that's what it's all about, just trying to make it fun. We got a couple of new subscribers there, so that's awesome. We gained a couple today, so yeah, if you hadn't subscribed, do click that. The subscribe star will be operating hopefully in a couple of days, so if you want to go beyond the subscription and donate as little as €1, the max is 5, you start getting some perks and stuff like that. We're going to be buying band merch and we're going to be throwing it back as giveaways to you guys. I think it'll be really nice so people can receive like a band hamper or an artist hamper. It doesn't have to be bands, and then they can just show it off on the in the group pages and stuff like that, and then it's promoting music as well. So I think it's a great idea. So I'll let you know when that's back up and running. I'm gonna play a video. Don't you go anywhere, guys. Don't you go anywhere. I got you sorted. I got more music for yous. Don't you worry. And it's by a project called I'm Your Dirty Sacred, and it's called Temptation. And I interviewed these guys not too long ago. And they're a lovely couple called Sandra and hold on a minute. I thought I had this here somewhere. Yes, I do. It's with Sandra and Marcin, two Polish people, which I interviewed not too long ago, and their project is a ethnic electronic mix. Really cool, kind of ambient trips and sort of trancey vocals. So you're up for a little bit of a Saturday night trip, ladies and gentlemen. You are going to go to places that perhaps some of you have not been before. So buckle up.
You and I, we're meant to be.
Are you feeling tripped out by that? That was I'm Your Dirty Sacred and their most recent release called Temptation, which was just released on the 9th of September there, guys. So that's our show finished, essentially. I obviously open up each show. I end each show. What's fucking wrong with me at this stage? Listen, first of all, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. There's a section that... fucking hell, what's going on with my fucking mouth? Maybe I need a breather. Maybe I get too excited, guys. You know, what can I say? You know, such amazing music, such amazing community here. I can't help but be excited just to be able to do something like this and people are, you know, tuned in. It's fantastic. So I want to give you guys an opportunity. Here's the segue. To promote yourselves. It's honestly just a bit of crack, and it's a chance for you guys to come onto the show if you want to, of course. It's called the No Shame Plug Game, where you can click on the Zoom link and you can pop onto the show. So you can promote yourselves. You can say, hey, what's up, guys? I'm promoting a song. I'm releasing a song next week. I'm doing this project. I'm doing that one. You're more than welcome to do that. Or you can promote somebody else. So if anybody wants to come onto the show, there's like I said, there's a Zoom link in the description. Now, not into the chat. It's in the video description. So I don't know if you can access that through your phones. Yeah, you just click on the title there of the video and then pops out today's Zoom link. So if you want to hop on and promote something, you're more than welcome to. So what do you think, guys? I don't know if you are up for that. Dave, just seeing your chat there. Of course, you can have a hamper, man. It's you get into a draw, so you have to donate. I don't know. There's 3 prices. It's like €1 is just kind of like, yeah, just €1 a month just to show a bit of contribution. Then there's like a $2.50 one where you're like a local fan, where you're a fan. I think that's what we came up with, and you get extra perks with that. And then €5 is the hamper, because of course, you know, I need to be able to afford the hamper first before I start putting my own money into it. I ended that poll there, by the way. It's weird because I don't know if it showed you what the numbers were when you typed them in. I don't know, Dave, did you know what you were voting for? It didn't show me anything in the chat there. So, look, I'm going to test that poll out anyway again. Guys, we're back on Tuesday, by the way, with another fantastic show. We're actually joined by Arthur Janowski on Tuesday. I completely forgot while I was mentioning him. So he's the guy that he manages Brayside Boyz. He also directed the music video for Brayside Boyz, filmed it, and you can see the quality there was phenomenal. So he's all Great Things Movies, producer, director kind of esque stuff, more directing and filmography and editing and whatnot. So he's a really interesting guy to get to know on Tuesday. We're also going to be playing some an international song by an artist, and I forgot his name, sorry. It's called Goodbye LA. So we're going to bring on a little bit of international music as well now and then, just to spread out. And of course, we're going to be starting off with a lot of local independent music as well, guys. Don't worry, I'm not going commercial or anything. Always going to be throwing in everything is circulating around local independent music, and then everything else is just a lovely addition to just pull people in, you know. So we've got 10 people watching, guys. I'm amazed. Like, I don't know what you want from me at this stage. I can play another bit of local music if you'd like. I'm pretty much to the end of the show now, so I even dragged it out a little bit longer than I should have. So if you just want to hang around, and I can play another couple of tunes or not. Like I said, no shame plug game. There's no shame about it. You know, you hop on and you say something about your own company or your own project. Hint, hint, Dave Duggan, perhaps. What do you think, guys? Should we get Dave onto the show? I mean, we already had BREW. We had Lindsay. We had BREW about 4 times on the show already. We've had Lindsay. We've had Kevin. Kevin, are you still there? We've had Kevin loads of times now. Kevin should have his own segment probably at this stage, right? Kevin's going to pop in. By the way, yes, we've got Consider This on Tuesday as well, which is our conspiracy discussion segment, which is going to be featuring the awesome Claire Nolan. And we're going to be talking about either chemtrails or flat earth. So it's a draw at the moment if anybody wants to throw in their vote on the deMartian community, which incidentally is in the description of the YouTube video as well. So you can click on that. It'll bring you up into Facebook and join the community there. We're having a little bit of a chit chat there. I throw up a poll now and then. And yeah, you guys are welcome to sort of commune there, if you will, and sort of get to know. So Claire, is that a statement or is that a... what topic? That's the topic you're drawn to more, because it's a scary statement to make in a chat just out of nowhere, isn't it? You're looking for abuse. Where's Dave Duggan with the abuse, huh? It's not. It's a bit delayed. There might be a bit of a ping issue on his end. But yeah, it's going to be great. It's actually a pleasure having Claire. I'd say it's a pleasure having Rebecca as well, and Maximilian Foy on Thursdays. It's great. Each one has a segment to do. Claire, you're seeming a bit violent there. Jesus. Hope you're having maybe have you had a couple of drinks, have you? Or sure, it's a Saturday night. You're allowed to have drinks anyway, by the way. That's what it's all about. Guys, all right, I'm just stalling here, by the way. I'm stalling. I'm actually stalling. This is me stalling. I'm just going around in circles here and just latching onto anything that comes on into chat. So feel free to post something in the chat to say to me. We've got 10 still. I don't know, guys. Is there actually 10 watching, or are we just here? Only the one that's the very sad part. You're the only one. So, judging by that sentence, you've probably had a few already, right? All right. Okay. Let's stop this messing. What are we doing? The one drink. Oh, only the one. Right. Sorry. That's my bad. I'm stupid. That's my bad. Lindsay's still here. Lindsay, how are you feeling? Tell us how you're doing. If your headache's gotten dissipated. Good to have you still here with us. What shall we do? Shall we finish? Shall we finish here? I can't. I don't want to play I don't want to play anything too much because then I'm losing content for my other streams. So I don't want to play a song that we already heard before. Joshua Burnside, guys. Joshua Burnside. He was great. What did you think of him earlier? Our pick for the weekend. That was fantastic. Anyone? Rebecca chose the pick of the weekend very well. Very, very well. Let's see. Poll didn't show what the numbers were for. Yeah, that was strange. Maybe I did it backwards or something. I don't know. Like as in... No, it's very strange. Bad again, but I'll live. Sorry to hear that, Lindsay. I'll play a tune by Joshua Burnside because that one that we heard there was quite pleasant. I really enjoyed that. So, I mean, there's a lot of tunes here. Does anybody have a vote on which one we can... Should we just choose one from the Into the Depths of Hell, perhaps? Nothing for Ye. Or that's probably Nothing for Ye, isn't it? Old-timey English. Nothing for Ye. Driving Alone in the City at Night. That sounds great, doesn't it? Should we just slap that one on and see what it's like? What do you think? Whiskey. I don't know. Can you see all this? Yeah? Yeah, you can see it. Any suggestions? Sean Boyd says one more tune. Sean, great to have you here, man. Thanks so much for staying tuned in. Jesus. That's feckin' sound. Click the subscribe if you hadn't already, by the way, man. And subscribe to the channel. Go on to Becca. She's got great taste. Only one more tune. One more tune. Sorry, I'm misreading things here, guys. My apologies. All right, let's go for Driving Alone in the City at Night. And if you guys have any suggestions, by the way, please do send them in. Independent music would be really cool.
Riding alone in the city at night, I thought I saw you caught in the high branches of a beech tree, bowling in the bluster. Above the big houses of solicitors. Built at the end of the 20th century, computers were big, everybody was wealthy, and the heart of it all flew into my vision like an oil for its dinner with lethal precision. Into the dark, you rode on the wind, shaking your head as if to rescind some crucial law of quantum mechanics. One cannot be here whilst over there, so you must remain my kind brother. Yes, you must remain my sweet brother, until eventually all of our smiling skeletons are gently uncovered by smiling Americans, and all is explained why we came to such unfortunate endings, by the cracks in our skulls and the dull arrows in our graves. Smoke rising from the edge of the pitch flood, the bright and light of it all. Flashing blue, the ambulance grew for an old local man. My old man knew he was fine in the morning under the white land. Half a pint of Guinness froze into his hand, naked and soulless. Half naked and soulless. Oh dear, but you must remain, 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 you must remain my kind brother, my sweet brother, for a little while longer than I. Sweet brother.
Well, that was Very interesting. Really cool. Now, the guy's obviously just a fantastic singer-songwriter. I'm just laughing at Dave's comments there. Man, I never pegged you for such a deep thinker, man. I like it. I really like it. It's great. It's good to have you here with us, man. Aliens flatten the earth, Kevin Laurier. Well, we're definitely going to have to put that on your Facebook profile as a quote from you, man. Sean Boyd, already done. Thanks for subbing, man. Yeah, much appreciated. Thanks for staying tuned in. Claire, we are in a Truman Show dome. That's true, man. Yeah, it's really cool. We're going to have some great conversations here, guys. Especially on Tuesday, I'd say. So, yeah, we're going towards either flat earth or chemtrails. I think flat earth could be more interesting one. Because it speaks more about our sort of, like you say, a reality, right? So there's might be a lot more to cover, and it might sort of go into sort of theological, philosophical areas, which might be quite interesting. Stuff kind of interests me anyway. So we can do that. Yeah, flat earth. We can try that out. See what the story is with this. Claire's gone quiet. Her brain cells are firing up. One day, Claire, one day, you'll sound intelligent. Wow. Well, there you go. There you go from Dave Duggan. He sounds a bit like the guy, you know, the guy that's, you know, when you were young, you fancied a girl and you just always pick on her. That's what it looks like in the chat, doesn't it, guys? Lindsay, what's the story? There's always the theory that we are all in a simulation. Yeah, well, I mean, that is pretty... more, I would say that would be more accepted worldwide, or more considered, especially in the modern age, than flat earth, of course, even though there's a large flat earth following. But the simulation theory, of course, Elon Musk said that the, not that, you know, I'm a huge fan of him or anything, to be honest. I mean, he's all right. Nobody beats Tesla for me anyway, guys, if you want to know. Tesla, for me, he was the man. But, what is the meaning of the simulation? Why, what if it does exist? Yeah, well, when we think of simulation, we generally think of like a computer simulation, right? But we don't think of sort of beyond the computer, because we always think that when we're creating something physical, we think of everything needs to be physical, right? Because our five senses connect us to the physical world. But we can't comprehend anything beyond the five senses, right? So we can't consider like a simulation to be out of just matter, not necessarily like microchips that we're used to. So perhaps I was always thinking like, what would happen if you created an AI with a supercomputer? You know, these supercomputers that are being built now that are just millions. They cost millions to make and to cool, and apparently they can calculate stuff in a non-binary. So binary would be 1 zeros, 1 and zeros. That's our conventional kind of computing power that we deal with through microchips. But supercomputers deal with them essentially at the same time. So they 1 and 0. It can be a 1 and a 0 at the same time. I don't know. It's just something along those lines. If anybody knows anything about this. Yeah, it's really interesting stuff. So yeah, anyway, back to the simulation. Like, you know, that perhaps we are living a simulation, but not like necessarily like what we think of a computer simulation. It's just like a simulation that's by one entity simulating multiple versions of itself, that we all think we're all separate because physically we're separate. Anyway, look, I'll save it till Tuesday, guys. I'll save it till Tuesday. So it looks like chemtrails be off the table, because chemtrails a bit boring, you know. So we've all know about the chemtrails at this stage. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, that's it. Like every idea is essentially man-made. So, you know, maybe like we're not supposed to probably know the truth right at the moment, or maybe we're supposed to know it eventually. That's a bit philosophical, though. It's not scientific, but I do tend to try to meet in the middle a little bit, you know, with regard to science and philosophy. You know, I don't like disregarding. I'm not a guy to disregard philosophy, but I'm also not a person that disregards science either. So I think there's a healthy relationship between both that perhaps was lost. There was always this battle between religion and science. So perhaps they're interlinked, right? Trump's pee-pee is interred. Yeah, I know. That sentence in itself is just absolutely ridiculous. Let's see what's going on. Trump's pee-pee. Well, what can I say? You know, at least people are voting. I'm absolutely chuffed with that realization that people are up for interacting and stuff like that, right? Nobody said that we are the universe. We tend to see ourselves separate from it, but we are all the corner views. We say, oh, Dave, well, there you go, man. Look at this. Dave, the scientific... Well, it is. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Like, you know, but I mean, we don't know the end of the... You know, we can't... Our instruments can't calculate the edge of the universe. You know, I mean, they can see where the radiation stops, so they assume that that's it. But also, is the universe all there is, or is there multiverses? You know, if we're talking science here, you know. But then there's also the philosophical as well concept of like the center of the universe is each and every one of us. And I like what we were speaking about earlier is our reality is all our own, sort of, you know. So what we see, what we think and believe is what is the reality we create outside of us, which is a massively important concept to at least consider, right? Because we might be affecting... I'm just saying it like, I mean, I believe it, right? I believe that we create our own reality, but not everybody does. So I don't want to just slap someone off guard here, you know. I want to be at least sort of in the middle, to give people a chance to think. That's my job here as the presenter, right? So here we go. Here's the poll. Flat Earth with chemtrails, drawed. Like, if anybody wants to hop in there now, and because I'm not voting, I'm deliberately not voting. Donald Trump's pee-pee is interred, right? They voted, and we got David Christie Jones voted for that one. And then we got one person, aliens. Guys, what the flip? Aliens is like... Do you not care about aliens? Like, I don't know what's... Aliens were huge back in the 90s. You know, everybody wanted the declassified files. And nowadays, it's like, yeah, we just declassified the files there for you now. Nobody gives a shite. So that's a bit unfortunate. The aliens are getting really discredited here. So how about the order of preference? Flat Earth or chemtrails first week, the other the second. I'm not doing Donald Trump's pee-pee. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing... I'll do QAnon. I'll do that one or something related to Trump. But I mean, okay, if you get me some information, then maybe. What else? Yeah, because they can all be... You're right. We just go through them. But I guess, you know, it's fun. It's fun for you guys to get involved, obviously, and contribute as well. Like, that's kind of what I want. I want you guys to sort of have your say. I knew Dave was going to start doing this. He's so unsurprising. Starts writing to me here. Look. Oh, God. Can you actually see it? Because I think I'm in the way of this one now. No, I think I'm in the way, man. Oh, God, man. God love you. I love it. No, I appreciate the lols, Dave. I really do. There's layers to life that make us as a whole. Think of cells, bacteria. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah. Of course. And you know what's interesting too, like, makes me really think is like, you know, the time when I found out what an atom looks like, you know, an atom looks very similar to our solar system, which is pretty amazing, right? And I read somewhere that the gap between the nucleus to like the electron and neutrons that go around the atom is quite similar to the distance between the sun and the earth and the moon, like ratio wise. It's pretty amazing, you know, so it goes in slower. So I wonder how, and do you know what else is interesting? The further you zoom in, the more shit you find, and the more advanced technology you need to zoom in. I wonder how far does it zoom in? Also, the more you zoom into something and you think it's really close together, there's actually a space between everything. So if you zoomed way into my hand, you'd actually end up going through it because there's actually space between that. So when you're creating an atomic reaction, you try to force two things together. I know, I'm aware I did that. And Trump's pee-pee, I know. it causes an explosion, a massive reaction. So those are interesting things that I like to think about. I'm hugely interested in quantum mechanics as well as physics. I studied physics in school, not well because I didn't like to study some certain points, but really fascinating subjects. And the larger you go, you know, the further you go, the more you go essentially back in time, the more you view, because light only travels so far. So we are so restricted technologically. Anyway, golden ratio. Yeah, absolutely. The golden ratio. Fibonacci series, of course, as well. And Tesla said, this is why I like the guy Tesla. He said, if you want to know the secret of life, look at the number 369. That's what he said. So there you go, Dave. 369. So there's a lot of stuff we don't flipping know, and it's not seem to be cared about in mainstream, you know, which I find these things hugely important. Like, some of this stuff touches on sort of like, you know, our existence, don't you think? Like, and the fact that it's not mainstream makes me sort of like, well, why? Like that was huge. Like the young slits experiment. Do you remember that? I'm just laughing at that. I can't not laugh at that experiment's name. Fuck's sake, I'm so immature. That's Dave bringing it out in me here. So, where you shine a light, it's about constructive and destructive interference. Sorry guys, I know I'm boring. I'm just literally just chatting here because you guys are listening, so I do appreciate it. But maybe this could be a topic as well. We can talk about something else here, you know. You shine a light through two slits, and what happens is, if you shine it at the right angle, and you have a board, a whiteboard on the other side, you shine the two slits, you'll see that there's actually multiple slits of light there. It's called constructive interference, right? Is it constructive or destructive? Right? And they all split into multiple beams of light. If you shine an electron one by one, and you look at it, it'll just go through each slit. It'll pick randomly each slit. It's been experimented on. And then it'll just show two lines. But if you don't look at the experiment, as in you don't observe it, you don't measure it, look at which slit it goes through, and you shoot the electrons through, it does the interference thing that light does, which is impossible because it doesn't, you know, hit in. So apparently our observation already changes the behavior of what an electron does, which kind of goes back to sort of creating your own reality. If everything goes down to a small electron, a tiny thing, which we seem to disregard, because something that's so small and is essentially the fabric of everything, even the space, we should hold that in such huge value. Like the atom, you know, is if you just think of it as like, oh, it's a small thing, it's not, but it's part of everything. So for me, the fact that discovery was already, and I discovered that in physics in, I was a fifth or sixth class, so I would have been about 16, 17, 18. Yeah, crazy. My mind was blown. Science made me sort of think about existence, existentialism, which I don't know if anybody in the class got kind of whacked so hard out of it, you know. And yeah, I mean, these things are pretty fucking, what do you think? Like, it's pretty fucking important in my opinion anyway. So, what do you think? Or an alien piss in a bottle and created the universe. Lovely, Kevin. Lovely. Yep, that's why I chose that for the production thingy. Yeah, well, it's a good thing. I like numerology, to be honest. I think numerology is it's a good thing to implement it perhaps into like names and things that it can give you perhaps I don't know. Like, good. It's no harm doing it, right, I guess. But like Freemasonry and stuff like that, I mean, they obviously measured things as well with the golden ratio. A lot of Freemason buildings and stuff where if you measure them or whatever, they follow that golden ratio pattern and Fibonacci series and stuff like that. There's a cool music based on the Fibonacci sequence. Yes, Tool, right? Tool do that. So I think Tool do a song. Right? Where's Brendan? Brendan knows this stuff. Where the same atom splits, etc. Yeah, Dave, yeah, that's the one. There's stuff smaller than electron, etc. Yeah, quarks, right? So they discovered quarks. They discovered a Higgs boson. boson. That was a huge thing. The God particle, right? Massive thing. Got discovered. Nothing else really. nothing to continue with. And then obviously, I think that it was part of the quarks, or was it beyond quarks? I think quarks was kind of one of the particles. So they just keep going small. I'm a number 4 in numerology. 3 peeps who do that keep saying it. Yeah, I'm a... Well, how did you calculate it? Because there's two ways you can calculate your number, and there's the Pythagorean numerology, and then there's the other one. I can't remember the other name. They do, but it's an actual music from form in India. Interesting. Can you link us to an example, Lindsay? I'd be interested to see that. Is it stuff on the tabla and the doilak, I guess? I love those percussive instruments. How about mathematics? Could be fascinating also. Absolutely. Yeah, look, mathematics, we could, what if I just create a segment, another one similar to Consider This? If you want to keep Consider This as our conspiracy one, we could add in an extra one where it's just like topic of the week or something, and we do a poll vote as well, so we all see what we can talk about. Because I can see from our group already, like, we all have pretty broad tastes, but I have a feeling like a lot of us do kind of think similar, possibly. Like, I'm fascinated by all the stuff that you guys are interested in. Dave, I didn't know you were into all this stuff, which is awesome. Kev, I knew, we had our chats before, and Claire, I know, is quite open-minded. Lindsay as well. So yeah, I'm down, man. Kev, just don't talk about aliens. Oh, bless. Maybe I should get like a fucking aliens t-shirt or something, like. Oh yeah, my thing ended. All right, guys. What should I just finish up? 9 o'clock. 3-hour streaming. It was a pleasure. Cheers for hanging around with me on this lovely Saturday evening. Wasn't Quark in Star Trek? I never. Do you know what? And I kind of regret this. I never actually watched Star Trek. I only watched the last couple of movies, and yeah, I just they were okay, and then I kind of realized I think the classics. I think people are obviously with classics. They're usually better. Good stream. Cheers, Dave. Thanks, man. Well, it's good because you guys are contributing to it. You know, you guys are keeping it alive, and so it's great. It's a two-way system, or it's not. Well, it's a two-way system, but with multiple parties involved. So it's great. Yeah, but they have adapted it. Oh, sorry, I missed that. So that's the basis of it, right. With regard to the music, but they have adapted it to percussion instruments also. Give us a name, Lindsay. I'm really interested in this. I just literally typed in Fibonacci music India. Oh, right, I seen it. Right, I seen the guys clapping, right? Link above. I'm not seeing any. I don't think you're able to post links. I don't think you're able to post links in the chat for like spam reasons or something. I don't know. Is it this?
1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
seen this.
3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Dhimme dakka junno dakka dhimme dakka junno dakka takkita dakka dim takkita takka dhimme dakkita dakka dim takkita takka ginna tumta te ginna tumta te ginna tumta di 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 kita tumta tadi kita tumta tadi kita tumta tadi kita tumta taka tadi kita tumta takatadi kita tom, kita takatadi kita tom ta, kita takatadi kita tom ta, kita takatadi kita tom, takatenda dim, takatenda dim, takatenda 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 dim, takatenda takatenda dim, takatenda 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 dim, takatenda 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 dim, takatenda 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 takatenda
That's mental. Ah, yeah, that's pretty cool. I've seen this before. I've seen it going around. It got millions of views on Facebook. It was going around. Pretty amazing. I was hoping to yeah, crafting music using Fibonacci. That's interesting. It's discovered in India centuries before it was in Europe. Now that's fascinating. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's we don't value our ancient cultures or older cultures as much as we should. You know, their brain power must have been much stronger than ours. I mean, we're relying so much on technology to do the thinking for us, but you know, I think we don't give enough credit, you know what I mean? There's also, yeah, these kind of frequencies and things like that, right? That they're based on the phi frequency, which is like the golden frequency, meditation and things like that. So apparently they can put your brain into a specific trance if they're like in, you know, alpha, beta, gamma, and there's all these different types of frequencies that you can just put in your earphones, binaural beats. Now, I used to listen to those when I was 16, so they're like 14 years I've been introduced to them. And apparently they have different interactions with the brain as well. It's a little bit different than what we're talking about here with Lindsay, but just looking at this here, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, it's really all, I think it was Southern India particularly, and then Northern India had their own version also. Interesting, yeah. There's the video again. How Jimi Hendrix invented his own timing. I kind of want to sing in West Philadelphia, but... Yeah. The golden ratio, why is it so irrational? Yeah, no, it's fascinating. Like, we've had some great... There we go, look at that. In Trump's head. Oh, God. History fascinates me also. Yeah, I need to open up a history book again because... look at this. Here we go, Dave. Vortex Math, Part 1, Part 2. Nikola Tesla, 369, the key to the universe. That was the quote. I paraphrased it, but I think he said, if you want to know the key to the universe, 369. So Dave, tell me, have you unlocked the keys to the universe? That's what I'd like to know, man. We could do a segment where we're literally browsing through YouTube after topics we talk. I don't know if this is interesting to you guys. That's great, man. That's awesome. I've been into this stuff for quite a long time. I don't know how much I put it into practice, though. It's quite difficult to start changing your habits. Thank you.
Mathematics, or numbers, is the cradle of all creation. Without this, the world cannot move even an inch. Every human being, like a nurse or a farmer, a carpenter, a mechanic, a shopkeeper, a doctor...
All right, we get it, Jesus.
...for existence, everyday life for existence. Or I might say, our universe, our very reality, is made of math, including you. Did you know that you can find the secret of the universe just by using mathematics?
Come on, tell us.
I want to start with a very basic concept, the vortex-based mathematics from the root word vortex. Vortex is a region in a fluid in which the flow rotates around an axis line, which may be straight or curved. You can see the vortex pattern in all things, like in your DNA, nature, and even in the universe.
I like that one, Dave. We know everything, but we haven't discovered it yet. Absolutely.
Marco Rodin's original claim was that he had tapped into it, and he could model mathematically a previously unobserved invisible energy. It is the initial impulse positive force behind creation. This energy is characterized by its linearity. In vortex maths, everything adds up to 9, 6, and 3. Polarized everything. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5 describe the physical world. Therefore, the 3, 6, and 9 are not physical, but they govern the physical world at the quantum level. The example is sound. Sound releases frequencies or vibrations. Understanding that all living things are vibrational, meaning it is the control, the standard upon which all creation is based. Here is the example of a symbol. I know some of you are familiar with it. Marco himself refers to it as a symbol of enlightenment. I know some of the secret societies have deep knowledge about this. They use the geometrical pattern to govern the world.
Ooh, didn't think it was going to go conspiratorial here on us.
This is a mathematical decryption of the universe. Around the circle, we see all the numbers. We start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. What I am going to show you here is that if you add those numbers back together, it reveals an underlying pattern or infinite series underneath any bigger number that you can find. Like in nature, nature has a pattern. This is a way that you can create all the patterns and you can model a higher dimensional energy. We're going in the clockwise direction around the circle. Let's start with 1. We draw a straight line connecting it to the next number, which is 2. This is called doubling. 1, if it's doubled, is equal to 2. 2, if it's doubled, and we follow the line again, it becomes 4. 4, if we double again, becomes 8. And 8, if doubled again, becomes 16. If we add 1 and 6 together, we get 7. Let's just follow the underlying pattern. So, 16 doubled is 32. Then again, 3 plus 2 equals 5.
That's numerology there
We
for you,
can also
yeah.
double the 7. 7 plus 7 equals 14. So 1 plus 4 is also going to be 5. Let's stick and go back to 32. So, 32 doubled is 64, bringing me back up here into 1. 6 plus 4 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 64 doubled is 128. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 128 is doubled, making 256.
All right, we get the picture.
No possible way to break this. Doubled is 36. 36 doubled is 17. Half of 4.5 is 2.25, which also equals 9.
Okay.
Look at the 6 and 3. Let's find out what happens with these numbers if we get the mathematical functions. 3 doubled becomes...
So, okay, so yeah, she's doubling the ones that aren't 3, 6, 9, and they're all just equating to each other. And not 3 or 6 or 9 until she starts doing it there. So 3, 6, 9, they all end up equaling to each other, and then okay, is it?
6
am I
then
understanding
becomes
this?
12, and 1 plus 2 is 3. 12 doubled becomes 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. 24 doubled is 48, and 4 plus 8 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. 48 doubled is 96, which comes back to 6, right?
Right.
Halving would be the same. Half of 6 is 3.
All right, so
Why
we get
is
it.
this significant?
Why is it? Thank you.
Well,
yes.
This is how vibration and motion occur. Energy always moves and cannot be destroyed. Number 9 is the highest energy because it is the answer or source of all motion and vibration.
Wow.
If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave...
Well, that's a little bit of a headful. That's pretty mad, isn't it? I wonder, if you can apply it to the lotto. Absolutely. Melvin Van Weerden. What's the story, man? Thanks for clicking into the YouTube link and checking it out. Yeah, you're catching the end of what began as a fairly standard musical stream, which ended up turning out to turning into something pretty special, I have to say. And the bonus number is 22. Yeah, pretty mad, I have to say. Glad we're kind of going down this hole. I mean, maybe this is what the conspiratorial one should be like. It's like, how far into the rabbit hole can we go? And we're actually searching the deep web. Although that's probably fairly not a good idea. I don't know. Yeah, so I think I'll finish up, guys. I think got dinner ready. This was fun. This was great. Excuse me. This was great crack. Melvin, slap that subscribe button if you hadn't already, and you can catch the next stream. Slap that bell as well, guys, so you can get informed when we go live again, so you don't miss out on a normal stream. The video will go you'll be able to look back on the video, I mean. Yeah, VPN, I could VPN the thing. I'm not very skilled at searching the deep web. That's the only thing. I dabbled and then didn't really know where to go almost. So if anybody knows, that would be great. Sean Boyd, thanks a million for having us. Great show. Sean, thanks so much. Thanks to you for staying tuned in. I really appreciate the fact that you stayed. Not many guests do, so much respect and thank you for that, man. And best of luck with your upcoming release. Give me a shout and we can share that around. And so Sean Boyd from the Wild Tibetan Monks, guys, still with us, which is absolutely awesome. So brilliant stuff. So yeah, have you seen the new Bill and Ted? No, I have not seen the new Bill and Ted. Is that something I should see? Dave wants his tune played. Obvious. I mean, I played it last time. Like, I mean, how do you want to like ruin the song for people? Like, this is the dark web. This is the dark web. I mean, it could be. It could be, guys. It could be. Kevin agreed. What are you agreeing to, Kevin? You agreeing to obvious being played, or the show has loads of potential? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, Kel, I was just seeing your last comment. We'll keep with the conspiracy ones as well. And yeah, just keep throwing suggestions. Like, I've only got so many brain cells, and I don't think I'm getting more. I think I'm losing brain cells, if anything. So any bit of suggestions would be great, you know, because like I say, you know, it's a show based around its community, right? So it'd be awesome to yeah, it's just good to get suggestions. I'm getting tired, guys. I'm getting tired. I think I have to finish. If we can win the lottery here, we'll be watching every video. Okay. Fair enough, Melvin. Fair enough. We'll see what we can do. There will be some giveaways. Not financial ones, but local independent music merchandise, which you can obviously resell if you want to for money, so you could do it that way. Night friends and Martians, great shows always. Claire, thanks so much. Good night. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will chat to you very soon. Lindsay, see you later. Goodbye. Thank you so much. Hope you sleep off that headache. Dave, good night, brother. Thank you for contributing and being part of the stream as always. Good night, Melvin. Take it easy, man. Hope you guys are keeping well over there in Holland. Touch base with you over the week. Yeah, that's everybody, is it? So see us all later. And I'll see us all on Tuesday. Don't forget, Tuesday night, 6 p.m. We're going to do Consider This. We're going to have an interview with a filmographer. And maybe I'll slap in a new segment as well. And here's the deal. before you go, I'm not going to play Obvious by Dave or any other Future Fears until Dave comes onto the show. That's my stipulation. And I think that's a fair stipulation, I have to say. So come on to the stream, Dave, next time, and I'll play some tunage by you. All right? Chat to you soon. Tuesday's going to be good. Tuesday's going to be interesting. Yeah. Flat Earth, yeah? Flat Earth. We down? We down? We doing it? All right. See you later, guys. Peace.